then I'll add the screen.
Awesome.
We'll see if this works. I never trust it.
I think
The one time I did, like we went live and it didn't catch everything.
Oh no. Hey. Hi, Laura.
Hey, Laura. All right, cool. It looks like we're live. So hello, everyone. Oh,
you're good. Oh, I was just saying I see you on mine, so you're definitely.
Okay. No, you're good. I was like, oh no, I can't hear you for a second. Hello, everybody. We're gonna watch the Vivians live together. I'll pull up the screen in a minute. Should be a good time. We do have a judge, someone that judged for the Vivians with us.
I did.
So Bethany's real fancy, and Mara and I know none of the books. So
Never stopped me from having an opinion about something. This will be fun.
It's fine as long as the one that was racist doesn't win. We're good.
Well,
don't take a drink every time we don't know
I
a
was
book.
going to say, Izzy, I think that's a pretty high bar for the Vivian.
Look, for my category though, there are some books that I don't want to win. Also,
I cannot wait to hear.
Are you allowed to give us the full tea?
Once they announce the winner, and then I have a full vlog that will be going up.
Okay.
Probably Monday. It's like going to be an hour and a half. I vlogged like the whole thing, all 6
Well,
hours.
I want to hear you talk shit about a book because that's so rare for you to really.
I know.
Get ready. I hope these authors do not come for me because there are some rants in there.
Hi, Ashley. Hi, Heather.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Speaking of which, I need like
vlog clips.
Vlog clips. Hello.
Yes. Hello, vlog. All the I mean, look, we came prepared. We have drinks. We are curious. There's 205 people waiting to watch the Vivians. I'm a little surprised.
That's pretty impressive.
Hey, that's pretty good.
How many nominees were there in these final rounds?
It took me 2 hours to go over them all. That was a lot.
There were a lot. I mean, there was like 10 to 12 per category, and there's a bunch of categories. Yeah. So like I think there were 11 in my category, and I read 10 of them.
Nice.
Wow.
So yeah. I guess I can. Well, can I say? I don't know. I'll say when they get to it.
We'll wait till we get to your.
We'll wait till we get to my category.
We'll do the reveal when we get there.
Mm-hmm. By the way, disclaimer to those watching: I'm in the middle of like a vicious thunderstorm right now, so if I unexpectedly drop out, I will try to come back. But
it's okay.
We're
safety first.
Yeah,
safety first.
Yeah, I will say, interestingly, like none of the books I read in the first round made it to finals.
I do think that's really interesting.
I disagree with that.
So there were a couple that I think should have, but maybe they were too feminist. I don't know.
I love the judgments we're making on all the judges. You're like, maybe it was too feminist.
I don't know.
Saying the quiet part out loud there.
I don't know.
It's fine. So I run my channel. Say the quiet part as loud as you want. It's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say Izzy will let us,
Mm-hmm.
I guess also if you're here and you're like, wait, is Romance Lady coming tomorrow? No, it's coming on Tuesday because obviously I have to correlate what happens tonight into the video. Absolutely. And I was like, oh, I can't turn that around that quick. So double T on Tuesday. You'll get my stuff and Jess's.
Yeah,
we're ready for it.
All the tea. I had to film my wrap up for tomorrow today before our live stream earlier. Bethany and I are doing a twofer today on live streams. And so I did that and then I had to edit the whole thing and get it posted. So I'm like, today, like my Saturday is gone.
I premiered a video and then did our other live stream.
Yeah.
And
was that
and finished 2 books before the end of the month.
Just a wizard over here.
That was my Saturday.
2 books.
Well, I mean, I didn't read the whole things, but I had 2 I was in progress with that I
have done.
Just imagine you reading the last 50%. Yeah, we ran errands this afternoon. We went to a restaurant, didn't get service for 20 minutes, and we left. That was a fun night. I was like, great, our dinner plans are changing. Let's go find somewhere new to eat.
So right before I got on here, I finished reading A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee.
How is that?
It is dark for a YA book. It was
okay. I have that on pre-order, so
yeah, it's an I'd be curious to see if you see the ending coming because I didn't expect the ending. It was good. I wasn't sure how I felt at the beginning, but I really liked it by the end.
I really want to check that one out.
I'm very jealous of your IKEA run because I no longer
I know.
close to an IKEA, and it is a harsh reality to live in.
I was looking at that recently, and I was like, "Why are there no IKEAs in Tennessee besides Memphis?" Like,
We were
how?
supposed to get one in Nashville, and then they put the kibosh on any new IKEAs.
That's the worst. Beth, I'll have the Vivians up on the screen when they start. They still haven't started, so they're running behind.
Their website has a list of all the nominees.
But their website does have the list, yeah. It's a lot.
Goodreads lists or something.
Yeah, and you're not going to know any of them. It's fine. No one knows.
I knew like 2 of them.
Yeah.
I knew
so
like 2.
excited for like Tracy Livesay.
I was too.
Her book is so good.
I hope she wins.
Do you guys think that the publishers are putting them forward? Because I think that there's a lot of authors who honestly wouldn't submit their books for nomination anymore just after everything that's been going on with RWA. But I could see like, Avon just submitting their whole list.
So like my experience at least was a lot of indie and some Harlequins sprinkled in and like maybe a couple of other things. But like it was a lot of like self-published authors.
Got it. Ooh, Ashley's asking the real
I know. Ashley,
not many.
Not a lot.
Many.
But I also we have to caveat that with the trust that was lost 2 years ago almost.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
there was one in my category.
Yes, this is our red carpet pre-show. Oh, they have the screen up. So here, I'll add it.
Ooh, okay.
Let's see. There we go. Oh, I feel fancy. I figured this out.
Congratulations.
Have our drinks.
I feel like I should have dressed up for this, but
it is named after a Black woman, so it's going to be a little weird.
Yeah. There were some, like Tracy Livesay was the one I knew. She's a Black author, and her book was fantastic that made it. Mm-hmm. And actually, my favorite book in my category was the one by a Black author.
There you go.
Of course.
Yeah.
Listen, the dirty that has been done to Vivian Stevens literally makes me want to scream. So,
oh, okay.
There we go. Caraway Carter. Isn't that a spice?
Uh-oh.
Can we hear?
Oh, hold on. That's my bad.
Okay.
Welcome to the inaugural Vivian Awards ceremony. And a special welcome to our viewers joining us on YouTube as we live stream tonight's big event. We're thrilled to share RWA's biggest night of the year with you. When asked to be the MC, I jumped at the chance because my favorite movie is Romancing the Stone. Joan Wilder starts out, as most of us do, quiet, stay-at-home writers with a cat for company, often celebrating the completion of our manuscript with the last of the wine. We sweep our readers off on an adventure where they fall in love with our protagonists and demand the siblings' best friends' random barista's story before we're finished with the next planned. What?
We have a skit.
We're really going to do a skit.
I'm sorry. Our theme is romancing the future. Well, you know what? That works too. Romance has always been about whisking readers away to some new and unexpected place. Whether it be on a cruise, in a haunted house, or in a room with only one bed.
Listen, you're playing to a screen. I feel a little bad.
Like riding through the countryside, or turning up the heat in the kitchen. It's also about adventure, like battling an evil ruler or surviving the open sea. And just like Joan Wilder, we're sometimes taken out of our comfort zones and asked to broaden our horizons. The one thing they all have in common is the HEA.
I don't know how much broadening of horizons they were doing this year.
Actually, you just captured everything right now.
Looking ahead and always
a lot of white label for our horizons being broadened.
Tonight, we find out who won in contemporary romance, erotic romance, historical romance, mainstream fiction with a central romance, romance with religious or spiritual elements, romantic suspense, speculative romance, best first published book, and most anticipated romance.
Wow. That was a Rocky Horror deep cut right there.
long form book.
What?
It's going to be a fun night. And before we know, it'll be over in the twinkling of an eye. But that might just be residual glitter. To
I just
start
have
us
big
off on
secondhand
our journey,
embarrassment
we're
already.
going to briefly visit
I mean, I want to.
and
It's
learn about one of our
like,
founders
is,
and
you know,
the wonderful
It's a
woman
lot of dad
our
jokes.
award is named after.
Most RWA members recognize the name Vivian Stevens as that of our founder. But
Y'all,
how
she's
did it
still
happen?
alive.
The
Don't
short
assume
answer is
she's
through
dead,
determination.
please.
Yeah,
people talk
I
about
think it kind of
that.
sounds
The
like it,
answer
don't
is
they?
even more impressive. When Vivian Stevens joined Dell Candlelight Romance as an editor in 1979, the line was in danger of closing. Its sweet contemporaries and romance
Why wouldn't they
historicals
have Vivian
couldn't
Stevens
compete
do an
with
intro
the
video?
powerhouses of Harlequin and Avon. Rather than
I
accept dismal
have
numbers
yet to
and
figure that
possible
out.
discontinuation of Candlelight, Miss Stevens
I'm
looked
guessing
for
this is
answers
one
at the
part of it.
source, readers. What she learned was that the modern woman wanted more sensuality in category romance and heroines who were less naive and more empowered.
I know I do.
Taking this feedback to heart,
I'm
Miss
just
Stevens
admiring
appeared
the
in
clip
Ella
art.
Wing's Morning Rose,
Not gonna lie, I'm like,
Savage.
all right, this
significant
clip art people
departure from
selections.
the rest of Candlelight's
Oh
lineup.
yeah, my
Oh,
favorite
It was
kind.
exactly
Stock
what the readers
images.
wanted.
Awkward
The
groups.
book's success encouraged Miss Stevens to acquire more such manuscripts and prompted her to launch the Candlelight
Heather,
Ecstasy
she probably said hell
Romance
no.
Live
Yeah,
video.
Yes,
maybe didn't
she is
wanna-
still alive. I promise.
This
There's a recent
propensity for
interview in
pushing
the
boundaries
Texas
was a
Tribune.
hallmark of Miss Stevens' work in romance publishing, extending not just to the content that was allowed between the covers, but also who was on them. Under Miss Stevens'
I mean, you're not
guidance,
wrong,
Candlelight
actually.
published
Nope.
Rosalind
But
Wells
look at
and
the
Time
fancy
Destinies
effects
in
with putting the
1950.
photos in and
The
out.
first
They're
category
very
romance by a
talented. They
Black
did
author
effects.
with Black protagonists. And that was only the beginning. Miss Stevens actively
You're fine.
sought books by Asian, Black, Latinx, and Indigenous authors that featured diverse and multicultural characters. She also crafted a marketing campaign focused on promoting what she termed ethnic romances, which were intended to represent the melting pot of America. Readers
I
of
could have
color,
done
she
this so
knew,
much
were
better.
an untapped market
Yeah.
for the industry and
Yeah.
deserved to see themselves
yeah.
Can
as
they not
romantic
pay somebody
leads.
to do some of the? I don't know.
Outside of her efforts to broaden category
I don't
romance
know.
The
itself,
same number of
Miss Stevens took strides to help
dollars from
writers push
nominees.
their work and their understanding
I
of
guess.
the
I mean, none of the
industry to the
judges
next
get
level.
paid either. We just got
Throughout
like
her career, she
PDFs of our
consistently
books.
sought to
Mhm.
demystify the publishing process for authors and provided guidance for how to stretch their writing to fit the market's new
Listen,
demands
I think an
without
intern did it.
jeopardizing
Probably,
its
yeah.
That's
completely.
probably the case.
This instinct to educate and deep understanding of the genre can also be seen in interviews.
Also,
where she
why are
talks
we
about
putting like blocks
incorporating
of
little
text on the
lectures
screen
the
while she's
different kinds
talking?
of
Like this
kisses
I don't know.
into her
This
workshops.
is not no.
Her faith in romance writers and their
I mean,
ability to learn
they are
and
trying to
grow
fix their
is evident.
issues,
A
supposedly.
look at the
So
books
who
Miss
knows?
Stevens used
I don't think
during her
until we
time in
get there.
publishing further reflects
Oh
the
yeah,
breadth
PDFs.
and the
I mean,
depth
some of
of
the
her
authors
knowledge.
uploaded other things.
There are
I'll be honest, I got
volumes focused on the
KU
industry
so that I could
and more
read some
technical
of
aspects
them.
of writing, some of
my
which have
entry.
Miss Stevens'
I
personal
would have
notes
too.
in the margins.
I mean, I guess you could
There are
convert it,
academic
but
examinations of
Yeah.
romance, taboo, tropes, and beauty.
Yeah.
There are self-help style
Endless
books on
rapture.
the priorities of the modern American woman in
I just
Europe,
feel like this is a
namely
middle
her own
schooler
job,
PowerPoint
Yeah.
almost. Like, you know, when you were like first got PowerPoint and you were like, I'm gonna do all the effects.
This is so
And
cool.
then,
Yeah.
And then you would like
There
sit
are
there
the
stuff and you're like, this is
romance-focused
terrible.
Like this
covering
should
the
not
entire
like a
range of
professional
sensuality.
organization should
It
be
is
able to do better.
impossible not to marvel at Miss Stevens' commitment
Yeah.
to improving
a lot
romance
better.
publishing and her deep
They could have
respect for
hired like a
romance writers
designer
and
to
readers
design
alike.
like, because we used to
So
do
it's
at my old
not
job like
surprising, really,
designed
that when a group of
PowerPoints.
They could have hired a design college student. Oh no, are we frozen?
Frozen.
Izzy is frozen. Oh no, Izzy's frozen.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The irony of her being frozen and not me, considering I'm getting all these like
Mhm.
extreme weather warnings.
Well,
Bethany, I'm so
I mean, I'm not sad to be missing the next couple minutes of this, I guess.
I feel bad considering, like, I don't know, Miss Viv, like, I feel like she deserved better than this. She deserved better
yeah.
than interns. But
I mean, because it's your big award ceremony. Like, I feel like you could do a lot better.
yeah.
I think very.
Oh,
maybe she'll come back in. Oh boy,
okay. We're in charge.
There we go.
I have no idea what happened.
I think you froze, and then the.
I know. I was like,
froze
I don't
with
want
you.
to touch anything. All right. Hi. Sorry. Sorry.
No, it's
That's
all good.
okay.
We concluded that Miss Viv deserves better than this. Than me.
Yep. Yeah. If it happens again, don't worry. I'll be back.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to refresh.
Yeah.
And like F it up. So I was like,
Oh, I think. Do we have sound?
Possibly not. Hold on.
I doubt we're missing a lot.
Yeah.
You're not. Sorry. I didn't click.
And the Vivian on her behalf.
Oh, they gave her
RWA
one.
Past President
Oh, good.
Shirley Hailstone.
I do like that art.
Mhm.
It's
I think
beautiful.
that's from the Texas Tribune article.
Oh, cool. Good job, Sam Hadley.
Mhm.
Cheers to you, Sam. That's a beautiful portrait.
It is.
I'm Shirley Hailstone, and I am honored to accept this award on behalf of Vivian Stevens. I spoke with her earlier this week, and she is grateful and humbled to be honored with an award in her name in its inaugural year. In Vivian's words, little did she know that the organization she founded would grow into a billion-dollar industry.
Okay, but she's not
and
accepting
support
it
the
herself.
careers and families of some of the best writers, with a sisterhood that is both supportive and empowering.
Yeah. This
Vivian
is the
thanks
inaugural
RWA
Vivians
and the
this year,
authors,
guys.
Because
So,
they scrapped the
present
last
and
award they had.
future,
the
write
Ritas.
stories of love.
Yeah.
and all its
Actually,
wondrous
she's trying to,
shades. Romance
she's
novels support the changes in the world and show the most important thing known to man: love. Thank you.
I wondered if we were going to get speeches or
Now,
not.
let's head into the future
So,
with our
I'm
first
curious.
category.
We'll find out.
Our first presenter
I don't
writes
either. I wouldn't have
rom-coms
counted.
and
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
regencies that a reviewer called steamy and fun with wonderfully complex characters and is the president of the Greater Seattle RWA chapter, which each fall runs an annual Emerald City Writers Conference, the largest regional romance writers conference on the West Coast.
What?
Here to present the Vivian Award for
Oh, they're
Romantic
introducing
Suspense,
the
Mid-Length.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please welcome Jenny Hartwell.
I wasn't sure how they were going to do this. Like, I was
Yeah.
honestly curious.
Writers of mid-length romantic suspense, like tonight's finalists, pack one heck of a ride into their
Oh, boy.
stories. With fast-paced narratives and characters
Okay.
that make us swoon,
This was not my
cheer,
category, in
and
case
in
anybody
turn,
was
they
wondering.
will
I did not
veer us
sign up
into
for romantic
worlds of danger and intrigue
I don't read
that
much.
show hope and justice are inextricably linked, and the best happily ever afters are earned when both triumph.
Yeah, the
Vivian
green
finalists for romantic
I'm loving
suspense
this green
mid-length
screen. I don't know why y'all are giving it shit. It's great.
Harbor,
Because I
At
feel
least
Claire
it's
Boston.
consistent.
she's
Van Tilly Publishing.
Oh, I know Claire Boston.
Canine Protector by Julie Miller. Harlequin,
Yeah, there were a lot of Harlequins, I feel like.
Lovely Digits by Janine
How is the
Englert.
volume for
Oh,
y'all? Is it too
I
loud?
Soulmate
read this
Publishing.
one for a different category. Some of them were in different categories.
Storm
It was
by
pretty
Janie
good.
Crouch. Self-published.
I'm reading for
That
Claire.
wasn't a lot of finalists.
Mm-mm.
I guess my
And the
category. had more.
Vivian goes to Storm by Janie Crouch.
Congrats, Janie.
Okay.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
I was so honored just to be a finalist in this inaugural season.
So,
of the Vivian
do you think
Award.
they knew ahead
I
that
am
they won and
proud
got to
be
pre-film
a romance
something?
author.
Oh,
I'm
100%.
proud
Or
to be
maybe
part of
all of the
Romance
finalists.
I think it's all
Writers
pre-filmed.
Association
I think it's all
and what they are
pre-filmed.
striving to become. So just to be a finalist was such an honor.
Absolutely.
But to win, yeah, baby. First and foremost, I have to thank my husband and my 4 children who have supported me in this writing endeavor from day one, despite all the fits I've thrown and throwing myself all over the floor with all the books that I've written.
I'd like
was
to
she
also
was
thank
hers
my
the Harlequin
parents,
one?
My
I
dad,
think that was
who
the self-pub
still
one.
occasionally can't remember the term romance novel and calls my work sex books to whoever he's talking to.
Yeah. Storm.
And most
Okay.
especially, I want to thank my
good for her.
mother, whose own
They
love
are.
of
I mean,
reading
they're sex books.
started mine, and who took me to my first writers' conference long before.
Yeah, Heather, you're right.
writing
It
was
is
You need a
yeah.
drink, Ashley. Why are you not prepared?
Bring a drink. I
A
mean, we
special thanks to
We're all
Susan
loaded
Smith,
up
who's
here.
created
Yes.
a world where other authors can write.
I think we realize
And
our
from the
skill
bottom
as
of my
YouTubers.
heart, I wanna thank my
it's
Right
true.
now.
I mean, because we do
join
this all the time.
this
You,
journey in
it's
creating
most
these
people aren't used to it.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
I also feel really awkward because I feel like we're video conferencing with these people. So
Our
I'm
next presenter,
I know.
besides writing novels set
Okay, I'm
in
glad
the
it's not just
early to
me.
mid 20th century, enjoys stone carving, photography, and is
I know
the
you'll be
president
shocked
of
to
the
know I
Romance
also
Writers
do
of
judge the
America,
erotic romance.
New York
I'm
City Inc.
stunned.
chapter, which from
Absolutely
its founding
stunned here
in
that you did not judge
1986
erotic romance.
has been an inclusive
I'm
organization
agreeing with
that
Heather that it
welcomes
was implied
romance
that we need to
authors
bring
at all
alcohol.
stages of their careers.
Yeah.
Here to present
Definitely.
the Vivian Award for Erotic Romance. Please welcome
I hope they play the wrong
Ursula
one.
Renee.
There's opening the bedroom door, and then there's kicking it wide open. In erotic romance, the sensual journey our protagonists experience is just as important as their romantic journey. Whether it is learning to take control or give it up in the right
I
circumstances.
feel so bad. It's so
or
hard to
gaining
read
the
a script and
confidence
be
to explore
natural.
new
Oh,
facets
it
of
is. If you're not
themselves.
used
so
to it, it's
fucking
hard.
hard.
I mean, it's just.
They take is toward a brighter future.
Oh man.
Finalists.
Have some
for Vivian,
kombucha,
an erotic
Bree.
romance.
Yeah, or
are
like at least I don't know.
Rebecca Hunter, Pure and Satisfaction, publisher, Harlequin.
Yeah,
Nikki
I'm
Sloan,
waiting
The
for reading.
Redemption,
Like, let's make
Shady
it a
Creek
little more.
Publishing.
I think Nikki's gonna win. That's my guess.
Oh, there were
Nikki
only
Sloan
two
will
of
win.
them.
And
Only
the
Two?
Yeah. Everyone talks.
Hi,
about that.
Tiffany. I love the confetti. This is great.
Pure Satisfaction.
It's very
Rebecca
celebratory.
Hunter.
I'm surprised.
Ah,
I'm stunned that Nikki didn't win.
well, you know what's popular on
Wow.
TikTok is not
Hi,
necessarily
everyone.
what's popular amongst judges.
Yeah, what's
very
popular
shocked
TikTok
and
may not be
honored
popular.
to receive this award.
50-year-old
I have
soccer
a bunch of
moms.
people to thank.
I just know
Thank you to my
Nikki's so
editor,
good at
Katie
erotica.
Gowrie, for
Yeah,
your
erotic
always
romance.
insightful feedback.
I
and
really
for believing
I don't know if
series.
I'll like it, but I'm so
Thank you to the
intrigued by
whole
that one
Harlequin
series because
team,
everyone is
especially
always so
the
shocked at like what
anonymous
happens. Inspires.
who
I
noted the
kind of want to
places
try
where
it.
she snort laughs.
We're all just like, Nikki, what?
Thank you to my amazing agent, Melissa Jaglinski.
I mean, congrats,
for believing
Rebecca.
in my writing.
Congratulations, Rebecca.
No
For
shade.
helping
I am
me shape
curious
my
now. I may have
ideas
to read
into
this.
solid stories.
Hey, you never know.
This book was
It's a
written
Harlequin
during the
dare
pandemic
line,
in
so,
part,
like,
and it's been a
how-
really tough writing time for me. So I want to give a special thanks to my support system around writing. Thank you to Stacey Finns for your friendship and support around everything writing related and beyond. Thank you to the Tuesday night Struggle Bus crew, Addie Woolrich, Amy Z. Chan, Anne Mallory, Elizabeth Minozi, Jacqueline Yao, Carney Wentworth.
Okay. I'm sorry. Nikki didn't. I'm still processing this idea that like that is not what won.
How erotic are
Any books I knew of, or like that I'd
Yeah.
heard on the whole list.
how erotic are the Harlequin Dare books? I don't know. if
They're
I've
so
read any.
erotic that they're canceling the line.
Really?
Yes.
They're
This is the last year of the Harlequin Dare line because they're too spicy.
Like, it's a real shame because I feel like the Dare line was one of the better lines.
I like the Dare line a lot. So
I
I do think it's interesting. I also think it's interesting because we're noticing
What just happened?
they went to the wrong screen.
Oh, okay.
I think the Dare line definitely
Our
has
next
like
presenter writes smoochy,
anal
snarky
and all the
contemporary romance
things.
for the world she wants to believe in.
I mean,
And is the
And a
president
regular
of the
Harlequin does
Contemporary
not.
Romance Writers RWA chapter,
And I love
we-
Harlequin.
like
which has
Karina
robust
publishes
mentoring,
that stuff.
workshops,
Yeah.
and writing sprint
Whatever.
groups.
All right.
Here to present the Vivian Award for Historical Romance.
One mess up so
Midland.
far. That's not too bad.
Please welcome.
You know,
Melanie
I
Green.
know we're giving this some shit. I do
Historical
wanna-
romance authors are experts at sweeping us away to times of grand gestures and even grander stakes. Against the backdrop of history, their protagonists touch our hearts and give us
Heather,
the
you're gonna have
strength
to read it to
stand
find out.
against forces that
Okay.
would keep us down. Tonight's finalists are no exception. They show us that love,
We got a second one.
revenge, valor,
Oh, fun.
deceit,
I've been
and
watching
passion
the lightning
can
behind
turn
you.
the ordinary into the spectacular.
The cats are
And that
hiding.
love stories help
Dive
us
in.
bridge the past
You'll need it.
with our present and future. The Vivian finalists for historical romance mid-length are
Oh, Melanie Green. I know that name from
I know,
Barbara
it sounds
Bettis
familiar.
for This Night Only.
This cover.
Published by
is
the Wild
Okay,
Rose
I love the
Press.
cover.
Bananas.
Valerie Bowman for The Footman and I.
Ooh, okay.
Published
fancy
by
dress.
June 3rd Enterprises.
Never heard of it.
I like the dress.
Robin Chalmers for A Song of Secrets.
I read this one for another
Self-published.
category.
Okay.
Louisa Cornell.
It
for
was
A Study in Passion.
like a
Published
proper
by
romance, I guess you
Scarsdale.
could say. I liked it though. It was pretty good.
And the Vivian goes to The Study in Passion by Louisa Cornell.
I do like the chase cover with this. How she's like,
Oh no, the green screen.
And the Vivian goes to The Study in Passion
Louisa
by
is
Louisa
beside
Cornell.
herself. Louisa.
Okay, great. I didn't write a speech. Okay.
And the Vivian goes to The Study in Passion by Louisa Cornell.
Okay, great. I didn't write a speech. I need to thank RWA, everyone involved in the RWA
playing in the
awards,
background.
everybody who judged and read the book.
I love it.
I am stunned and amazed to be in the company
It's
of
not
these
pre-filmed.
fabulous
We have
authors.
confirmation.
I need to thank.
Yeah.
I'm hearing the echo because I'm technically challenged.
It's okay. It's okay, Louisa.
It's okay. Just go. Just go. You're
I'm
all
an
right.
idiot
You're
when
all
it
right.
comes to computers. Thank you.
I'm turning her down because we don't all need to get a
Okay,
migraine.
apparently, yeah, these must not be pre-filmed.
Oh my god, Louisa is a fucking legend.
I
I
love
loved
it.
her reaction.
It's so great.
She is our queen. We love her. I love how she's like, I didn't prepare shit.
Congratulations,
Yeah, she's
Louisa.
like, I am not prepared, and I've got an echo. Let's roll.
I love it. It's great.
Listen, I'm not happy for Vivian either.
No.
I just knew this was the best way to experience this.
By the way, oh, Jesus, be quiet.
Are we having fun yet?
I love the cover.
This
Mhm.
is $6 wine from Trader Joe's that a sommelier on TikTok recommended to me, and it's delicious.
Nope. We are having issues
Oh, yeah.
over here. Okay. I muted her. I thought it was going back. So TikTok's on. Wait. I haven't found that side of TikTok yet.
It's called Belle Vines, and it's a Sauvignon Blanc, and it was $6.
Nice. I
Yeah.
love it. I am also drinking a Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, wow.
I think it was like $11.99.
It's
Hey, we made her. I'm glad we have a book sale for
Yes,
this.
we should totally read it. It's got a great cover. I love it.
Didn't think they could do worse than a Nebulous.
Oh no, was the Nebulous bad?
I didn't watch it on
I thought you said, "Are we done yet?"
Who writes about brooding men and bold women, and is the president of the Valley
Yeah, she did say, "Are we
Women's
having fun
Writers
yet?"
Chapter, which has been a vibrant RWA
I feel like I can
chapter
say
for more
I
than 25
judged
years.
the first
Here to
time
present
published
the
romance
Vivian
category,
Award for
Mhm.
which is
Contemporary
why
Romance.
like a lot of the ones I read
Please welcome.
show up in so many
They show up in
categories because they got
That makes sense.
nominated for
If
multiple
you like
categories.
side characters who get almost as much page time as protagonists,
Oh,
and a variety
Eileen
of subplots to choose
is a little more.
you probably feel right
Oh,
at home.
she knows what
reading
she's
long
doing.
contemporary
Yeah,
Hey,
romance.
Eileen.
She
The characters in
practiced.
these stories are always working towards where, and often who, they want to be,
Go Eileen.
striving and failing and striving again
Eileen
until
practiced
they reach
for a
the goal
premiere
that makes it all
a few
worthwhile.
times. She's ready
These
to go.
stories
She
prove
is.
that while
Way to go.
complexity and nuance may not be simple, they make the world a richer and better place. Weaving these elements together into a stunning, cohesive whole requires delicate crafting for authors. Authors like tonight's finalists.
The green screen
Their
wobble
characters
gets
and
me
the
every
readers who
time.
love them know the fight
It's
to
just like,
happily ever after
But
can
like
be a
she's
long,
got
tough road.
intonation planned
can
for her
all
Oh,
speech.
yeah.
Like she's
The
on point.
finalists
No,
of
I'm
the
loving it.
Vivian
I'm just laughing at the
contemporary romance
screen
long
wobble around her
are
hair. I can't help it.
Nicola Marsh.
Oh,
The
I like
Voltoy,
Nicola Marsh.
Berkeley.
Huh.
I've heard of this one, obviously.
Susan
Berkeley.
Antony. Cherokee Summer.
I read this.
The Wild Rose Press.
How was that?
Jessica
I
Reddick.
have
Oh,
feelings. We'll
that
see.
face.
Start. Peak
It was interesting.
Express.
That was
I have mixed feelings on that
Lara
one.
Lynn Doran. A Fast Woman.
Oh,
A Three Dogs Day LLC.
Okay.
It's got to be
Tracy
her own
Livesey.
publishing.
Woo! Tracy
Love
Letty.
Leslie.
Come on.
Tracy.
Avon.
Got the
Yes,
Avon cup
Tracy.
just for the
I
Avon.
hope
Robin
she
Sell.
wins. She's so good.
Lovestruck.
She is.
Such a
I
good
love
book.
that book.
HQ.
Such a good book.
That does not look like a romance.
Sarah Desai. The Marriage Game.
Ah, yay. Congrats, Sarah.
Berkeley.
Yeah, good job, Sarah.
I need to read that one.
I'm rooting for Tracy. Just
Same.
I really want
Vivian
Tracy.
goes
I want
to
Tracy to win.
Tracy.
False Start by Jessica Ruddick.
What?
Congratulations,
Tracy.
Jessica.
We're all cheering for Tracy.
Okay, I mean, I don't want to take away from the people who win, but it's just
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's all right. It's all right. Congratulations, Jessica.
I mean,
oh, she's freaking
congratulations.
out. Look at her.
Oh, I know. This is precious.
Okay.
I didn't do my makeup or wear anything fancy. I'm just wearing a t-shirt because I figured if there was any way I was going to win, it was when I didn't get ready for it.
I like that
Um,
one.
I truly didn't expect to win in a category with so many other great finalists, especially my friend Tracy. So this
Aw.
is just crazy. I'd like to thank RWA.
I'm going to mute her. We can go over how they're chosen. So, actually, Beth, I feel like you're the best equipped for that.
Yeah. So they get submitted. They go through first round where everybody reads basically the first chapter of it, and it's just kind of a like bare bones. Do they have major like grammatical errors kind of thing? And then round 2, at least 3 judges judge them, and the highest points for the category move on to the finalists. And then like the highest points from the final judges win. And all of them, again, I think have 3 judges per book. Yeah.
So, and they have to submit their own books, like the publisher or the author submits. So that is part of the reason we're probably not seeing a lot of BIPOC authors this year, because the faith has been massively lost.
Yeah.
Man, I hope, Ashley. I don't know.
Ashley,
We'll
we're
see.
hoping.
We'll see. Yeah, there weren't a
we-
lot in the finalists.
What was it? The last year that they did the Ritas, obviously was the first year we even had anyone who wasn't white win categories. So there's some big issues.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
The
The winner said that she
I'd
thought
also like to
Tracy
thank
should have
my
won.
husband.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes he believed in me even more than I believed in myself. And sometimes I think that
No.
That,
you know,
and
he
that's
wanted to
that's
keep
the
it
hard
going,
part.
but I
Is like
wanted to-
obviously
Yeah.
we're happy for
Yeah,
anyone who
he's been
wins.
so
Like this is
supportive.
this is a
He's
hard
been
thing to
my
put yourself
sons as
through.
well, who
I've seen
they don't
authors talking about their
exactly-
judging
they're
scores on
14 and
Twitter
11. They don't
after the
exactly
fact, and
understand
like
what I write. They call it
generally
the
speaking, of
football
course,
book.
the
They
authors of color
don't
are
really
getting
understand
the
that it's about more than just
shittiest
football. But
reply,
they
scorecards
inspire me
back,
every day
That
to do
sucks.
better. So
and it's
I really
disappointing.
didn't expect this. Thank you so much.
And yeah,
And
that's
this,
part
I mean,
of the problem.
honestly, this is part of why I wanted to judge, because I knew that was going to be an issue, but like, I don't know.
Oh, we have a new background.
Duh.
Congratulations to the winners so far this evening.
Yeah.
I have a powerful need to go add some books to my to-be-read pile.
That's the
I
hard
mean,
part too. Is like I struggled with
why
should I
don't you
judge
vote for
because
your
I
favorite
know
tropes
that I can be a
during the
less
break?
biased judge than others, but
Right.
are there enough of us to outweigh? I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know.
Oh boy.
Okay, your face. If you have to pick one,
Marriage of Convenience, definitely.
Forced proximity.
I love all of these.
I do too. I mean, obviously, also kissing for sex educational purposes is always magnificent.
It's the lead. You know what? I'm gonna say, because it's so rare to get that and have it be done well, I'll say sex for educational purposes. but I would happily read any of these.
Yeah, I mean, I just love A Marriage of Convenience.
I do too, especially if you can find a way to do A Marriage of Convenience in a contemporary in a way that's believable. That's elite. I also love A Marriage of Convenience and speculative romance.
I do love that in speculative. I need the title immediately, Ashley. Thank you.
Fake dating is
We're
fun
seeing
too.
some fake dating. Fake dating.
Well, fake dating is similar, I feel like, to Marriage
I feel
of
like they're the
Convenience.
same. I kind of group them together.
Yeah, I do too.
It's the same coin, I feel like.
Forced proximity. Yeah. See, exactly, Heather. You get me.
Yeah.
There's one bed.
I like forced proximity, especially if there's snow involved.
Yes.
That's my favorite
It is
flavor of forced
the
proximity.
best. I agree.
Or if in speculative, if you're stranded, on a planet, and maybe there's some blue aliens. I don't know.
Like
you know what though? I
Toxic
feel like
Desire.
I feel like Marriage of Convenience kind of gives you the forced proximity thing with it. Like it's kind of built
does.
in, which is maybe why I like it. Too.
Yeah, I think actually all of these are kind of variants of the same trope.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. I don't love enemies to lovers.
I like it because it's not usually truly enemies to lovers. It's usually like rivals to lovers or like dislike to lovers.
My problem is I like truly enemies to lovers, like star-crossed lovers version of enemies.
I mean, I'm grumpy sunshine.
I
All the way, full stop.
I love,
I like enemies to lovers. I like Grumpy Sunshine too, but
I like a fated mate. I like all three of
no
all
maids.
four of these.
Yeah.
Grumpy Sunshine probably.
I don't like the best friend sibling thing.
Yes, exactly. I love anytime people are stuck together and shit happens. I don't care what the genre is. I just like that.
That's funny.
Well, because like Pride and Prejudice is kind of enemies to lovers.
Yeah.
I would call that enemies to lovers. And I like that version of it.
Yeah. See, yeah. I mean, all of these are so good. Okay, but Beth.
See, I don't
you
like
said-
this. I don't like the sibling thing. Like, it feels weird to me, maybe because I was the oldest sibling, and like that just, I don't know.
I think that's interesting. My brother's 8 years older than me, so like he had hot friends. I mean, come on, I was like 13 and he's in college.
I would have felt really weird about like one of my brothers being into one of my friends.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't date any of them. That would have been weird. But instead, he's like best friends with my partner. It's real weird. They cuddle
with my best friend's older brother when I was in middle school, so I feel like I do connect with that trope on a personal level. But I feel like it's one that of these, I think that's the hardest one to make interesting. Like if that's the,
I think it can get into really icky.
Yeah.
Beth, I was gonna say, I think the only way to bring change is for us to put pressure on the organization, and also for more people who aren't going to be biased to
several
judge.
of tonight's finalists that food is a good way to your lover's heart. So I've been preparing hors d'oeuvres, hoping to get my sweetie to fall further in love with me. The timer's about to go off, so let's get back to
Airways going for it.
I kind of like him though. Like, I mean, like he's going with that script, man.
Yeah,
is a tea
No, that's awkward. That is awkward, Shane.
Guys, it's time to find out if the racist wins.
And is the president
I'm
of
nervous.
the Southern Louisiana.
I'm terrified.
Which hosts a yearly
Yeah, I also did
writers
not judge
retreat
this
for
category.
aspiring and published writers.
They don't share that information.
They don't share that.
publicly.
That's a good question, though. I don't
Learn new
know.
techniques and network with other
But also,
writers.
like,
Here to
people of
present
color shouldn't have to
the
be
Vivian
judges
Award
and put
for
themselves through
romance
torturous
with
like
religious
titles that have
portrayal.
racist
Please
themes
welcome
for this to not be a problem.
Yeah.
Like,
Romance with religious.
Basically, Izzy, you and I are the problem. The nice white ladies who aren't stepping in to try to.
On a faith journey as I build.
You're calling out the problem, but you're not being part of the solution.
Yeah, I know. It's just like I just don't have faith.
I covered the entire saga the year it went down. I have done things to help, but I didn't have enough trust in them.
Beth, they have like
Aaron
criteria
Whittemire
for who
at
can be a
Love's command.
judge.
But also, like,
Bethany
I hope this one does not win. If this one wins,
this is
I'm
the
gonna
racist
throw
one,
it.
y'all.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Hadley Beckett's next.
That
first
last one.
Oh, okay.
Published by Rubel.
That loves
Michelle
command.
Lindo Rice.
God, y'all, I'm
Michelle
so scared.
Simpson.
Okay,
Small
this is
Town
what I'm
Baby.
rooting for because the only
Yeah.
in speeds that I ever read that I thought were decent were by women of color. So
Published by Bethany.
And this one has like the this one's super problematic too.
Well,
we went and researched it during the live.
Just like not
And
the
the Vivian
best,
goes
right?
to
Like,
Bethany House is
it's not your fault, Bethany.
at Love's Command.
No!
The fuck?
No!
They should have pulled
Oh
this
my
title.
goodness, this is so
my god. They should have pulled
you
this
guys
title.
are kidding me.
Y'all, this title.
I'm just thrilled to pieces.
This is why I didn't feel Romance Landia yet. I was like, oh fuck.
Wow. I am shocked. I thought that they would like behind the scenes.
I can't believe they let this win. That's
I'm shocked.
What? So this is the one where the hero was involved in genocide of Native American people.
And then we redeem him.
It's okay. Jesus is gonna save him, so it's
Oh
fine.
my god.
On Vivian Stevens Awards, like
What
named
the
after her,
hell?
you're gonna do this.
You've got to be kidding me.
Everyone else.
Yep.
This is the racist one. He like is a
Like
farmer
anything
rancher.
else. You've got to be kidding me.
I thought they would have blacklisted it.
I honestly thought that they were gonna blacklist it. So
They
that it
should have. This is.
I mean,
such
no,
crap.
I guess we just learned that there is they're not
They don't care. They're not. There's nothing different. Oh my god.
They're not changing the results.
The author hasn't said a damn word about
Of
the
course
critique, and
she
she's never
hasn't.
going to
And now
acknowledge
she's
it.
not going to. She won a freaking Vivian. She's going to be like winner of the Vivian Award. Oh my gosh.
Best story ever told, and I can do nothing without him. So thank you so much.
Yeah, exactly, Ashley. Name a whole word after a black woman and then let a racist win.
That's such crap. You've got to be kidding
Yep.
me. Oh my gosh.
Holy shit.
I'm just
Y'all,
that
I'm
is
glad we did
stunning.
this live because I would have just been here steaming.
Yeah.
I'm still steaming.
Yeah.
But like, thank you for being here with me right now. Well, I want to go burn it down.
They kind of like picked who won. Like I figure that they weighted the judging or something. This tells me that I'm guessing that they don't. Wow.
I don't think so.
All right, I'll turn it back
Well,
up.
you
Sorry.
know, like
I didn't want to hear the racist lady talk.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, honestly,
I was immediately like, no.
But I gotta say this. Like, I wonder though, because of all the controversy, the kinds of people who would be judging the inspirational ones, how many of them would then vote her higher because they don't like the people are mad about it?
Exactly. They're probably just like,
Oh, probably.
You know?
And I saw someone who judged it and said this book should not be in the running.
was it a good? Was it a well-written book aside from the racist elements?
I didn't it.
Remember when that?
Come on, Reese.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. Hopefully.
Sophia sings Sasan, Marriage by Arrangement.
Or this one.
Oh yeah,
That'd be great too.
I've
heard of
Philip
heard of
William Stover.
Yeah.
Yes.
He does own voices male
Mm-hmm.
romance.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
Laura Kay, Worth Fighting For.
I've heard of hers before. It was okay.
I've not read her. I know who she is.
I'm Reese
That's
is
like a
great.
good
And the
category.
Vivian goes to
Reese.
Reese Ryan.
Yay! Finally, we got one.
Follow that lady.
Congratulations.
Her categories are fantastic. They're really worth seeking out.
It means so
I
much to
love
me
her categories.
to win this
I
award
haven't read from her, but I'm
for
awesome.
an award named after founder Vivian Stevens.
She's so
And for this
excited. I
book,
love it.
A book that is the book of my heart at this time in our organization's history. Thank you to all of my amazing readers and to everyone who read this book and felt like it belonged here. Thank you to Piper Hughley for encouraging me to enter RWA's.
Yay! I love Piper
Hughley.
I do too. She's so fun.
Thank you.
I have to read from. I haven't read from her yet, but I'll have to.
She follows me on Twitter and we talk sometimes. She's very sweet.
Refine and
She
promote
seems
my
sweet.
Bourbon Brothers series, which has become a multi-award winning series that
Also,
celebrates.
can we just comment that she's coordinated her dress and her jewelry? Like,
I know. She looks so cute.
Right.
You get me, and I'm so grateful for your insight, guys.
I'm just so happy, finally.
Yay.
It's on Monday.
Yeah.
Thank you to my agent, Pamela Hardy, for being so proactive and for caring not just
I
about the
loved
business of
most
writing,
of the diverse
but about my personal
Harlequins
well-being.
that have come out in the last
Thank
2
you.
years.
They've been really good.
Desire Executive
Like, I mean, they're
Editor,
Harlequins. They're
board,
short, they're quick,
for the
so they're not
opportunity
like
to join this
super
amazing
packed with a
stable of
lot,
romance
but
authors who feel like
they're really
family.
good.
And for
Yeah,
your
I feel like
diligence
they
in
are
making
just
Harlequin
really,
Desire one of the
they're like
most
bite-sized
diverse romance imprints in the market
just
today.
delivered super
Thank you to
effectively.
Yes.
Tony Horvath
But they'll
for
like
the
mix stuff
incredible
in, which is nice. I know
Harlequin
for like
Desire
the
art
Indigenous
design
romance
art,
read along, we did
taking
one
my
of Robin
vision as a
Covington's
character
Harlequin
and
categories, and it was
translating it
great. And like there were
culturally
little bits
into
and
gorgeous
pieces of
tinted
like
dragon colors that
representation and
help
talking
you
about serious
find
issues
out.
mixed in with all the like tropes you expect,
Thank
and
you to my
it was
writing
great.
bestie, Kay Sterling, for always being there for me, for believing in me and encouraging me, and for those early morning and late night writing sprints. Thank you to my family for being patient and understanding.
Oh.
32 years.
Almo's gonna be crying in a minute because she starts crying.
Thank you so much for always being my hero.
We're like, no.
And I want
Don't judge us if we start crying, y'all. If I watch someone cry, I start crying.
I'm liquored up. Who've worked so hard to make this organization more fair to all of its members. The organization is not perfect, but we've taken measurable steps to get there, and I appreciate your diligent work and your sacrifice. Whether we are writing a book, writing a song.
Oh, Miss Awesome Saucy, I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was intentional. Look, but I'm happy for her.
I'm so happy for her, but not thrilled with who she had to come up after.
Knows bloody and is willing to continue the fight.
No, she seems really sweet.
All of its authors in a way that is fair for people.
And I know there's a lot of people inside fighting to
Congratulations
make
to
changes
all
to
the
this
nominees.
organization.
It's true. And
we don't have privy to that because we aren't writers, so we don't get to join.
Award finalists.
There's some really solid people on the board now.
And particularly to those who are in this category, Philip William Stover, I'm so thrilled that your fantastic book is in this category as well. That's Sophia Singh Sasan, who is my sister at Desire, as well as we share the same editor.
She's so cute.
I know. She's just so.
In terms of like winning this acceptance speeches, I'd say her, and then our pal who was on episode earlier. Yeah, I won. I just like you.
I love it. I love it.
Best energy so far.
Yeah.
To all of you.
Yay, Reed!
Yay. Congratulations. Yay. Oh, I love
Our
it.
next presenter writes
Covers are
historical
always
young adult romance set in Alaska.
I feel
She
like
is also the
Harlequin is
president
stepping
of the
pussy.
Alaska chapter of Romance Writers of America, best known for the Midnight Sun cover contest. that
She's
is
really
presented
fun,
at the
honestly.
Conference
I have
for
liked everything I've
Writers
read
and
from her.
Illustrators,
I'll read from her
which
too.
they co-host with the Alaska Writers Guild. Here to present the Vivian for mainstream fiction with central romance. Please welcome Lynn Love.
Oh, I wonder if one of the books I read is in this category because I was mad that it wasn't really a romance.
A meaningful story.
That would explain.
no.
That would explain so much.
The only way to make it better would be to add romance. These books remind us, no matter how low a
They don't
person's
tell
life
you
may be at the moment,
the
there are always brighter days ahead.
genre, the category really.
I think just that it was contemporary. I don't know. Maybe they did.
I did not hear Midnight Sun cover contest.
I didn't hear that either. I don't know. Maybe.
I wish.
Sasha Summers.
Mainstream fiction was central room. Okay, so these
Listen, we can derail this whole thing and talk about vampire sperm if you're like.
Sarah Robinson.
I'll go there.
Well, Bethany and I talked about witch sperm earlier, so you know.
True
Laurel
story.
Canham, An Everyday Hero.
So far, none of these.
St. Martin's Press.
I don't even know these authors.
Huh.
Well, these are like that weird women's fiction romance.
Yeah, but I read a book that's really not a romance in my category, and it was not one of those.
And the Vivian goes to.
I'm loving this 2000s confetti.
Yeah. I think I have this green screen somewhere in like my folders of elements for videos.
Probably.
I'm gonna have to do it in my romance life.
I love it. When do we see it?
I am shocked, especially considering the wonderful people I was nominated with. And I first have to give a shout out to my Golden Heart class, which is the same as Jessica Ruddock.
Don't torture
And
yourself.
I'm so
I mean,
proud
read Reese,
that
but like,
we
don't
both
torture
won
yourself.
tonight. Our group
The
still
last
talks
year,
every
Jen
single
Reads
week.
Romance read all of the
We share
nominees
our ups and downs together, whether it's
of the
writing
Ritas,
or in
and
our
was like,
personal
all of
lives.
these are terrible.
And I do not know what I would do
Like 95% were
without
bad.
Yeah, I
them.
mean,
It's not about doing
Um,
the same
today,
project.
I want to a special
Jen Reads
shout out
Romance
to
was the one who
Lloyd
recommended
Rothschild, my
Reese to
editor
me,
at Home
so
Press, and
maybe
Kevin
that's why she
Lyon,
wasn't
my
better. I don't
agent,
know.
because
I mean,
I
look,
never
I'm not
would
saying
have
she's
thought to even
bad taste. I'm
attempt a
saying
women's
she
fiction
tortured
book,
herself
and they really
for
encouraged me
us.
to do that.
A fact.
And I absolutely loved writing it. I think it's probably the
Bethany's
best
had a
book I've ever
great
written.
time reading all of the ones.
A shout out to my husband who
look,
gets
there were some
to
standouts, but also
enjoy my reading and writing obsession, and to my parents
it was a
who
time.
made reading just a part of our life from the very beginning. Every Sunday we would just shut down the house and everybody would go to their corners and read books.
That's cute.
And
That
I
is
wanna say a
cute.
big thanks
That
to
is
my
cute.
readers, and especially Military Wives, who
What?
this series
Ashley,
is
what
sort
are
of
you reading?
dedicated
What are
to.
you reading?
My family was not in the military.
Don't keep me in
and
suspense.
Ruby
I get an
Dixon?
email from readers
Nora
saying,
Roberts?
"Man, you really nailed
Ruby
this."
Amy Singh?
One of the
Olympic
best emails I've ever
I'm trying to think of
gotten.
who am I known
So
for
big
loving.
shout out to all my readers. And
There's a lot.
I'm
That's
so
why I'm like, I
happy
don't
to be
know.
part of the
No.
Vivian inaugural
Agatha
class.
Christie?
This has been a bucket list item for me.
Just
and I
as
could
for
not
her
be more
first Agatha
thrilled.
Christie.
Thank you so
Ice
much.
Planet.
Yes!
I love it.
Yes. Yes. Read all the Ice
Welcome.
Planet.
Our next
Welcome.
Go listen
presenter
to Ice Planet
is
podcast.
someone who likes
Enjoy
characters
me and
who
Chekhov's
are a little bit
dildo.
quirky, but definitely
It's great.
worthy.
Hey,
When
it's not
not
Chekhov's
writing,
dildo. They
she's
use that
proud
dildo.
to be watching 90s
No, they
rom-coms
don't.
and crying over the
They
same
imply
sappy
that they're
moment every
They
single
don't
time.
ever actually use it on
She is
page.
the
It's Chekhov's
president of
dildo.
the
Okay,
Young
well, we
Adult
should write a
Chapter
letter
of
to
RWA,
Queen Ruby
which
and ask
is
her to give us that in an
feels
interstitial.
believable,
It's a
but
man.
also, and yes,
I
even
just
love
love,
it.
like, that whole
Just
scene cracked me up
remember,
when he
say
presented
it
her
like
with that
we
truth.
are
I just like imagining him like looking and then carving and then looking.
romance
When
long
he's like in the
before
cave with the other single men and they're like, what is going on?
And then I just like to think about this like secretly spreading around. And all the guys doing it.
Immortal beings who spend their lives searching for
Oh, I wonder
redemption
if one of the ones I read is going to be in this category too. Because I did have a speculative.
Against an all-powerful ruling force. With stories like these, it's no wonder that
She's got energy.
Yeah, she practiced in front of
pretty
her.
good, yeah.
As well. Yeah.
Tonight's finalists assure us that we don't have to settle for
Practice,
a world
people,
that
practice.
Yes, Ashley is loving it. I'm
Yay! I'm not surprised. I am not surprised Ashley would
Once
enjoy
we
it.
go,
I'm not either.
Never go back.
No, I still have Ice Home to read, and I like keep putting it off because I like
Okay,
don't want to be caught up.
My favorite book in either series is The Nice Home. Called Debbie's Distraction, and she's a geeky scientist.
You're gonna have to pick for me if I'm gonna read Side Changeling first or that. I guess that's the hard part.
Well, you can fly through you can fly through Ice Home in 2 weeks.
True.
If that.
I probably could finish off Side Changeling in a month. Let's be honest.
I binge read Side Changeling the first time in about 2.5 weeks.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah.
Echoes of the Runes.
I don't think so. I think they just get an award thingy.
They can put it on their Goodreads and
Yeah.
Amazon and whatever.
By Kelly Armstrong. Published by KLA Frick Inc.
KLA.
Written in water.
I wonder if that was self-pubbed because what I know of her is not
Probably.
self-pubbed. I just know her for pancakes.
Yeah, I didn't read
Literally.
any of those. It's interesting.
I've been told I would like her stuff, but I don't think I've ever actually read something from her.
I made it through 3 books in her Women of the
Yeah, I don't know
World
anything
series.
about any of these.
And in like book 2,
A Stitch in Time by Kelly Armstrong.
they get reunited and they're boning
Okay,
and they're eating pancakes at the same time.
Doesn't she write like historical romance? I've seen her write World War II
thank you.
historical romance.
This is a little.
I
bit
know her.
of a
Isn't she Women of the
surprise,
Otherworld? Like,
so thank you so much.
oh, it's
It
backwards.
is
I
great to have won this
was like, what is wrong with the screen? I've not had that much to drink.
Miss Sauce and Saucy, yeah. Speculative romance is sci-fi and fantasy and paranormal.
Anything with like an element that's not
a seminar on writing for your id by the always wonderful Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I went back to my room.
Okay, she is
and
the
I
urban
was
fantasy
on
I'm thinking of then.
social
Okay.
media saying that I would
Maybe I'm
love
thinking of
to
someone
write a time
That's
travel
so mean of
romance
her. She should have
Isabella,
liked
you
it.
know what though?
They're all
You get
mystery
little snippets of them
romance,
throughout the
and
rest
I
of the
was
series.
getting
So like
curious,
it's
and
good.
the
Keep
It,
going.
it goes back to those
was
big
positive
couples
enough
a
that
lot,
I felt that I
especially
could
the first
actually
big
move
couple
forward
sessions
with
because
it,
they're in
and
almost
that
every book.
became
Yeah,
completely
they show up a
fun.
lot.
Thanks to Yami Kuznia at Cranium Press for the
I think it came out this year, so it wouldn't be eligible
hardcover
until
of it.
next year.
I married a
And
lizard man. I've not read
Marissa Mar, Maya
It is
Izzy was
so
telling me
good.
about
I told
this.
Bethany it's so sweet and cute, and I said, Bethany, you
wonderful
can read
Maggie
this.
Morris,
Okay,
my
I'm gonna. Is it in KU?
Yes, it is. It's by Regine Abel. I did a buddy read with Bree from In 11 Words, Shay from Shay Geeks Out, Tamika from Library of Tomes, a whole bunch of us. Like I can't even list everybody.
Can I?
It's had
so
a
I
group
told
chat.
him- I
It
typed
looks
in-
so wild, but
It's not. It's super cute and sweet.
I typed in "I married" and the top results are: I married a mob boss, I married a lizard man, I married a dead man, I married a goblin, I married a master.
So what you're telling me is I'm doing a 24-hour vlog where I read all the books that say
man,
I'm
everyone's
married.
saying it's really good. Okay, I'm gonna have to read this too. I'm downloading it.
Oh,
While I'm getting that,
I would
why don't
never
you tell us
betray
what
you,
kind of
Bethany.
books
I
you
wouldn't
like
be like,
to
read a
read?
book I think you're gonna hate.
Of course. I mean, I trust you.
This cover is iconic.
It's so okay. The thing with I Married a Lizard Man is this is actually like secretly a really, really sweet book. It is on KU.
Yeah.
Okay, where do you guys prefer books being set?
4. Somewhere I've never been. Give me the alien.
Which may
Let's
not
go.
be real. Yeah. Speculative
Yeah.
romance is my favorite. So
Yeah, I like Somewhere I've Never Been.
I would say In the Mountains after that.
I like In the Mountain. Yeah, same.
Bree, we're reading I Married a Goblin. It's
I
happening.
want to read I Married a Bedouin. I don't know what that is. But
What? I just want to know who wrote that. Like, is it some weird, like, fetishizing thing?
I don't know. I just feel like, yeah.
On Goodreads, it's like I married a billionaire, a communist, a sorcerer, a mountain man, and a dead man.
Well, the Amazon algorithm is probably tailored to what it knows I'm looking for, so that probably just gives you some insight into what I'm looking for.
That's kind of hilarious.
Why do I feel like
Well, let
mine's
me
the
see.
exact same?
I married.
We've got mountains and city, but almost all of us are saying.
Okay, so I married my best friend to shut my parents up.
Oh, that's a cute manga. Apparently, I've not read it, but
That comes up in
I
my
love
Amazon.
that title.
I married a witch.
I married a witch. I married adventure. Nonfiction, maybe?
Maybe.
Let's see. I married adventure.
I Married a Lizard Man was my second top result, so it does know me pretty well.
That's pretty funny.
I Married a Goblin.
Looking up I Married a Goblin.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a comic.
My favorite book length.
Middle of the road.
I would say either super short or middle of the road. I like.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
Snappy. So if it's a Mariana Zapata, I've gone for like a 600-page whatever.
Yeah, like I don't like I mean, I can do a super long romance if I'm really into it, but generally I want it to be like shorter or middle of the road.
Apparently, me and Ashley have the same.
That's hilarious.
So-
Same taste in books.
We're
you're
by,
reading on
yeah, I've
Amazon.
got about the
There you
same
go.
as you, Mara. I think I have one different one.
Yeah. So basically, Bethany's the one who may want like manga or a memoir. The rest of us.
You would think that I would.
You think you'd get manga? But
Yeah, I would have thought I would have got the manga, honestly, with how much I read it
kinda
now.
funny.
But
Maybe it's, you know what? It's probably because I get parenting books sometimes.
maybe.
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
Yeah, it's probably a keyword.
I think
thing
we're
for
all
parenting.
saying middle of the road too.
Are we all going to read I Married a Lizard Man tonight? Because I see several people saying that they're getting that.
Yeah, I just.
I hope
downloaded it.
I need you to message me when you finish it and tell me your thoughts. I'm just telling you, it's secretly really sweet.
I love it.
Excited.
I have it on my Kindle, so. Well,
Oh, Mariana Zapata was the one who recommended Lizard Man.
Yeah.
Okay. Mariana Zapata is my queen. I've been banking a couple of her latest books because I I feel like I just needed to save them.
Yes, Steph was one of the other buddy readers.
Okay, can I just say I love the dedication to
Jane
this
came in
book.
during the break asking for my help in discovering who
She
won
said,
romance.
to those who
suspense
approach challenging situations with an
let's
open
bring
mind
you
and
forward
understand that
so I can get
relationships
lit.
depend on communication, the
Hey.
ability to listen, the strength to make concessions, and the willingness to try and see something from someone else's
Our
point of
next
view.
presenter enjoys writing
That's a good one.
steamy, diverse, and seductive romance
Which one joined
in
you,
both
Mara?
paranormal and
Hey,
contemporary. A
like-
self-proclaimed out-of-the-closet nerd. She admits she can't seem to avoid adding a bit of snark.
Do they mean
or
she's gay?
geekdom
With out of the closet
to
nerd?
all of her
Or
stories.
do they
she's
just
not
mean that
ashamed?
she's a public
Of the
nerd?
Simha
Yeah.
I don't know.
chapter,
It's unclear.
which is dedicated to supporting authors who weave tales of love that dissolve barriers.
Oh boy.
Here to present
What?
the Vivian Award for romantic
Well, I'm looking that up.
Long.
Oh wow, that's
Please
something
welcome
else.
And who married?
Laurel Hammond.
Is that a Chuck Tingle?
For a heart-pounding read that'll
That
grab
sounds
you
like a
from the
tingler.
very first page, look no further than romantic suspense. It has it all.
Nope,
from
it
long-wearied
looks
secrets,
like-
life and death stakes.
Oh,
on the line.
Laurel.
It is a
Let's look at
nonfiction.
tonight's finalists.
It's
Amid a murder
nonfiction.
plot,
Wow. That's
Religious
and
leader
the
biographies.
hostage rescues. These authors prove
Snatch to
that
Laurel
justice
to be practicing her mirror.
is a
Yeah.
potent combination,
Laurel's doing good.
and one we
Mhm.
all deserve.
I'm loving her lipstick.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tonight,
It's a good color.
Vivian
She
finalists
almost
for
matches the
Romantic Suspense Long.
drape things.
Burn by Stephanie Rowe, self-published.
Oh, I've read her. She was okay. Yeah.
Code of Conduct by April White, published by Smarty Pants Romance.
That's Penny Reed's.
Cold Wicked Lies by Toni Anderson, published by
It was
Toni
nonfiction when I
Anderson.
looked, yeah.
Interesting.
Hail Mary by Hope Anita.
This cover cracks me up.
self-published.
Like there's a tornado in the background.
Honor
Y'all go
Revenge
inside.
by Tanya Burrows,
Okay.
published by Entangled
Hello,
Amara.
sir. With the abs.
Yeah, I've not read any of those authors.
Nope.
And the Vivian goes to.
Love the way he holds up his little envelope every
I
time.
love that they have the envelope sealed.
Hail Mary by Hope Annika.
Yes, tornado. Cover.
Tornado cover.
Ms. Annika couldn't be with us tonight. She asked me to read the following if she won, and she did. It's an amazing.
She's like,
honor to have
shit.
been nominated
Should
for
have been
this.
there.
I never expected to win. To be among a group of such talented writers is an incredible privilege, and I'm very grateful to have been included. Thank you.
Hey, short, sweet.
It's so interesting to me that his name is Caraway, because like caraway
Our next
seeds
presenter
are like
is a
something you cook
paranormal
with.
and
I don't think I've
fantasy
ever
author
heard
who
anybody
loves
named
plots that
Caraway.
hot and fast, feisty heroines with sass.
Maybe his parents were like,
Heroes with heart
We're
and
really
dash
jumping the
with snark and
genres. Like
oodles
we're
of
not just like
APAs.
going through
She
one
is the president
section,
of
which I
the
find
Austin
interesting.
RWA
yeah.
chapter,
Well, they're doing
which have
lengths.
weekly
Maybe
sprints,
together?
extra
Yeah.
workshops,
It's short
pitch
and long.
contests,
Yeah, we've done
don't
short and
and
long
more.
though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here to present the Vivian Award for Speculative Romance Mid-Length,
Oh,
please welcome Abigail Owen.
Speculative romance fiction is the limitless
Ooh, I like
sandbox
her
for
outfit.
authors to
You're wearing a fun
where they can
outfit.
play out what the world would be like with magic or dragons or faster than
Good
light
job,
technology.
Good
How
job.
does altering the past
Mhm.
affect the
Doing
present?
good.
How does changing the present affect the future?
I love
As
how
you can
we're
see,
judging the
tonight's
speakers.
finalists, these stories show us that stepping away from the status quo may come
Hopefully,
with pitfalls.
people appreciate how
Humanity prevails.
eloquent we
Characters
are.
rise to the occasion.
Right?
I think mid-length is
do
like
the same.
250 to
More than
under
that, they show us
500.
that regardless of spells,
Or
Somewhere in
under 4. I
there.
think under
or
400.
alien
Under
encounters,
4?
the
Okay.
need for love and connection remains
Yeah, I'm
universal.
appreciating some more good
The finalists
presenters.
for the Vivian in speculative romance mid-length
My favorite
is
presenter was the lady who was reading the
Betwixt by
category.
Dorinda Jones, published by Feather and Leaf LLC.
I know who she is.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Wait.
There's two.
This is going to be a
There's
big
only one?
surprise. I'm going to know we're all going to
Whoa.
be shocked.
Betwixt by Dorinda
Oh,
Jones.
wow.
Why did we even announce
How would we
it?
have known?
Why would you even announce it?
Surprise.
Thank you so much. This is such an honor. I know I look weird for some reason, but
What?
just to be part of
What an
this
honor.
inaugural group of Vivians, the fact that RWA did
Why wouldn't they
this
just be like, there's only one
and
nominee, we're gonna
put
announce the winner?
the credit where the credit was
Does that mean
due.
that
I'm
that was
just
the only one that
I
made it
want to thank
to like
RWA so
grammar
much
judge?
for all the hard work. Thank you
You
for
know
the
what?
judges.
I
It's a labor of
guess.
love,
It's like
and
when the on The
appreciate
Bachelor,
it
they
so
give
much.
the
We all
final
do.
person the final rose, even though they're the only one
I
left.
want to thank the Fab 13. So this was actually my very first indie project that I did all myself. And so
Oh,
That's
Fab
cool.
13, which is Paranormal Women's Mission Group, helped
Oh,
me
no.
through all of it. They were amazing. They invited me into the
I'm like so fat. I'm
project.
like, we're muting as soon as we get the
I'm so
echoes.
honored to be here. Thank you to
True story.
They really are.
I would like to thank the amazing people in this category. Truly a cut above the rest.
Ashley, we cannot have. Maybe next year we'll make a drinking game. But like, I feel like we would be so trashed.
I'm already pretty tipsy.
Yeah, I'm good.
It's
I
not
finished my
pre-filmed.
very large glass of wine.
It's live.
It's not pre-filmed.
It's live. We've determined.
Yeah.
We learned that with what's her face and her iconic
Louise. Was it Louise?
Yeah, Louise.
Who is, I'm gonna go buy a book now. I love her.
Yeah, I would be trashed by the end of this if there was a drinking game. It would be dangerous. You would catch me asleep on the stream. Like Ashley's been going asleep on the stream.
I'm the second winner from our group tonight, and
I do like that she's in like a fun dress top situation.
Yeah, well, she was confident she was going to be on the stream, so
You better make sure you're looking together.
True.
That's cute.
Our next presenter is a
See, now we're back to long, so there's no rhyme or reason.
I don't know, the flowers she paints on their eyes. She is the president of the Northeast Ohio Romance Writers Chapter, which has members from Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West
Am I right
Virginia.
that we've only
Here
had
to
one
present
person of
the
color
Vivian
winning
Award
so
for
far?
Historical romance.
Yeah.
Long.
Now, granted,
Please welcome
we love
Chloe
her.
Flowers.
Her, but
We'll see who else could win.
Historical
but
romance.
Tracy, yeah, I don't know. Even the person who won Tracy's categories, yeah, Tracy should have won.
These authors take us on.
I mean, her book is
That
really
book
good.
has hammock sex in it, like
It's
no other.
such a good
It's
book.
so good.
And it's friends to lovers, only one bed, fake dating, all in one book.
About that brogue,
It's so good.
It's
Oh,
so good.
Chloe practiced. She practiced that with
battlefields.
Nice, Chloe.
Anywhere else we want to visit.
Meowth Vader says only one
characters
one
that are
race.
wonderful to root for along the way.
And Sid said it too. Yep.
It felt, it just,
I mean,
as we look into the past.
Lord knows what else is racist in the other books. I mean, I hate to say it, but we don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the only one we know of.
Yeah.
The Vivian finalists for historical romance.
Yeah,
This is dramatic.
I love the drama. Oh, she's like, oh no, did she freeze?
The Clothier's
We're just going.
Daughter, published by Firetail Press.
The Clothier's Daughter.
Kathy Maxwell, His Secret Mistress.
Ooh.
Kathy Maxwell.
Published by
Avon.
Avon Books.
Okay, Avon. I like Avon.
Mary Jo Putney,
She's been
Once
around.
a Spy, published by Kensington.
I think she's an anti-Semite.
Loretta Chase.
Great.
Wait,
10
is that her or is
Things
that no?
I
That's
Hate About
Joanna
the
Bourne.
Duke.
Never mind.
Published
I was
Things
wrong.
I
Take it
hate
back.
about
Avon
the Duke.
Okay, Loretta.
I need to read this.
Ashley, you better say it.
And the Vivian goes to
Loretta.
10 Things I Hate About the Duke.
Yeah.
by Loretta
Hey.
Chase.
Loretta, she is an undersung
This
classic.
chase couldn't
I have
be
not
the
read
best
this, but
one.
I love the
We
title
asked
of that
us to
book.
read
It
the
makes me want to
following
read it.
if she won.
Mm-hmm.
10 Things I Hate About the Duke was not a cooperative book. We fought.
I love it. I was just like, this book was a
We
bitch
almost
to
broke
write.
up. No, we did break up.
Probably.
About 15 times.
this
So
point.
imagine how it
Okay,
felt
we
to
got a
write
good review.
That
Okay,
aggravating
good to
book
know.
made the finals.
I don't know if I've read her.
First
I don't think I
Vivian
have.
Award. Now
I'll have to go
imagine the
look.
feelings tonight.
Solid.
While you do that,
Yes, I have, because I love Lord of Scoundrels. Duh, I'm an idiot. Wow, okay. Too much to drink already, obviously.
Thank you.
I've not read
all
her
of
new
you,
stuff. I've only read
Vivian
her old
Stevens,
stuff.
for getting the whole
read
thing
a
going in the first place.
Ones and then
RWA and
Oh.
judges for all your hard work during difficult
I
times.
of course loved Lord of Scoundrels because
RWA,
Jessica shoots
family,
our
friends,
hero.
and colleagues
what's not
for
to
your
love?
unstinting support.
Yeah, I don't think I've
Editor
read
May
from her.
10 and Agent Nancy Yost for patience and help well above and beyond your mission. And most of all, my wonderful readers who've made the best of all careers possible.
Ashley, you didn't
and
have to
kept
blank it
going
out.
for more
Yeah.
years
This
than
is
it would be
you can
practical
go.
to count.
You
Go up.
Thank you.
there are no boundaries here. Come on.
Our next
Yay,
presenter is the author of
Yay.
African American Romantic Suspense, enjoys planning author events, is a certified Canva addict, and is the president of the DC area chapter,
I thought she
Washington Romance
Is
Writers,
this Tracy?
which hosts some of the best mini session topics throughout the month for published authors and aspiring writers. Here to present the Vivian Award for Contemporary Romance Mid-Length. Please welcome
Go to bed.
Tracy Lydia Gardner.
There will be a replay.
Contemporary romance is supposed to be set in the here and now, but more often than not, the setting isn't exactly the real world. As tonight's finalists prove, contemporary romance shows us the world as it should be, as we want it to be, where opportunity, acceptance, and love are granted to everyone. In doing so, contemporary romance serves as both motivation and blueprint for helping us to create that more loving and just world. It's up to us to follow their example. The finalists.
I really like her earrings.
Yes, we went from
Feeling
historical
them.
long to contemporary mid. I think that is
Robin
what
Beelman,
happens.
Heartthrob, published by Thule Publishing.
That is a very serious headshot.
Yeah,
Kimberly Trout.
I have
Pile
something
it down.
really not nice to say about that.
Kimberly Trout.
It feels not
Michaela
authory.
Gray, Roughing, self-published by Michaela Gray.
Okay.
Kilby Blades, The Secret Ingredient, published by Lux Publishing.
Okay.
Karen
I would not
Foley,
think that was a romance.
Swipe Right for a Cowboy by Thule Publishing.
I like that title. I'll give
It's a good title.
Taste, published by Love Spark Press. The
The
Quest,
No Eyes
I
Illustrated
like the
cover.
man bun on that.
published by Brooklyn Girl Inc.
So we have like 20 nominees in this category, and then Mr. Rinda is hanging out by
And the Vivian goes to
Oh.
Tempting Taste by Sarah Whitney.
You already
that's
started
funny.
it, Bethany?
Well, I opened it on my Kindle. It must have automatically
Wow. All right.
I must have tapped it.
Thank you to RWA. My goodness. What an honor to be part of the inaugural Vivian class. Thank you for creating an award to recognize Vivian Stevens. Thank you for
I just
acknowledging
like
the
they keep
challenges
being
that
like,
face
here is
RWA as an
one
organization
person
and
of color
encouraging
we
all of us to work
nominated. We are
There
not
were two
letting
in
them
this. There were two in this
to the judges
category, and
the
neither of
incredible
them
work
won.
and the staff of RWA to put all this together. Thank you for that.
I mean,
To
I can't
my
speak on her
local
book. I've
RWA
not read it.
chapter,
I
my
don't
Golden
know.
Heart Group, the
She
Omegas,
doesn't
for
acknowledge
their encouragement and
give her
patience and
that.
kindness. And of
Oh
course,
yeah,
the
I
other
definitely
finalists.
did update
Thank
my
you for
Goodreads
your
that I.
work that build this vibrant community that we're all
I
a
must
part
have
of.
because I was
And
reading
thanks to
that I
everybody who
opened it
picked
on
up Tempting
Kindle,
Taste,
and I
especially
must
those of you who
have
sent
like
me
updated.
gifts of who you pictured a hero to be. I treasured every one of them in my heart. I was at a workshop today with the incredible Becca Syme, a productivity coach, and she recommended that for people with personalities like me, I should surround myself with people who are excellent.
She is very
And my
energetic
thought
right
was,
now, and
I'm
I
so
don't know
lucky
how.
because I do that. My editors, Sue Brown Moore
This is
and
an
Victory,
interesting
for Sarah editorial
speech.
for the sensitivity read, for my writer friends who taught me how to
She
be an
got a
author,
sensitivity
for my
reader.
pals from the Heaving Bosoms podcast who make me laugh
Good.
every
Yeah,
day,
she's
my
at least
family and my civilian friends
She's
who don't
trying.
read
That's good.
romance, but they support
I'll
me
send you
no
a link,
matter what.
Ashley. You can come on
I
here
am
with us
so
and say
blessed to
things
be
out
surrounded
loud.
by all these
You want to
excellent
join?
people
Join us.
who
I will
push
send you a
me,
link.
they keep me writing, and they keep me a good friend in return. So, in the immortal words of Bill
I'm
S.
gonna send
Preston,
Ashley the link.
Esquire, be excellent to each other. Thank you all so much.
You're welcome, Sarah. Oh, is that mail?
I don't know about you.
No, I don't think so.
No, I do know about you. You know what? We've been at
It's
this
so
for a
funny how
while.
he changes backgrounds every
I
time.
know. I could use a restroom break.
He's doing a lot.
Ashley, I just said it
You're
on
back before I am. Why don't you give us your
on
thoughts
Instagram.
on your romance go-tos?
Historical. Something historical is a go-to comfort.
For me, it would be speculative.
I'm in speculative contemporary.
Yeah.
Actually, if you want me to send it somewhere else, let me know. I'll send it to you wherever you want. But
who's the sweetest kitty in the whole world? Is it you?
Yeah, no, historical is definitely a comfort for me.
Historical stresses me out because I'm like, the patriarchy.
Yeah, you know what? It's probably because I know which I read the authors I know I'm gonna have a good time with.
Yeah, that's
but fair. Yeah.
Oh, she's here.
Hey, Ashley. Yes.
Oh, the change.
I should have just asked you in the first place. I just figured you probably didn't want to come be in pain with us.
I would have been prepared with some alcohol had I known this foolishness.
Well, quite a night.
It's gonna be exciting.
It is. I mean, you know. Maybe the tides will turn. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think we're towards the end of the categories, right? Like we only have 1 or 2 left.
Well, they have short, mid, and long of everything, and then they have most anticipated, which is unpublished.
Mm-hmm.
And then my category, which was like first time writers, like debut romances, basically.
Yeah.
Which mine will probably be towards the end.
Let's see, what's your go-to?
It depends who's asking.
It's a 4. There's no.
It's a 4. It's definitely a 4.
I have a guide, you know, like I have my basics of who I rec to people, but like that
Depends
doesn't.
on what they're into. Mhm.
Yeah,
I have
that's
like Well, I mean, Izzy, we just did like a whole podcast episode on this. That's coming.
I know.
On, like how to like getting into romance subgenres and yeah, there's different entry points depending on what you're into.
Yeah. I like how when we say depending on what you're into in the context of romance, that could mean a lot of different
It
things.
could mean a lot of different things.
I mean, it's just you can't just be like this.
No.
This is
Like,
the one thing everyone will love. Like it doesn't work that way.
But you know what? Probably a lot of people who aren't used to reviewing books would have a specific book that they recommend or author.
That is
That's just
true.
their favorite, you know?
I guess.
I mean, look at the votes.
Oh, Izzy, the books that I was talking about earlier it's not education. It's best friends get laid off from this company and they decide to make a sex tape to sell it.
Is that B-Love?
No, it's Shay Sanders. It's
Oh, okay. I was like, I read that plot kind of.
What's it called?
It's I don't remember the specific name of the book, but it's Shay Sanders Off the Clock too. They're all office romances.
I am living for that premise.
Well, because what was it? B-Love's fans only is also that she gets
That
her
book was
friend
so
to
good.
bone her for her OnlyFans. Basically,
Like, to
it's
make
so
money
good.
for-
It's
But it
so
was-
good.
But Shay purposely, like in that book, she pushed her characters not to do. She called it fans only too, because they gave some like technical reasons as to why. So they just decided to make a sex tape and sell it. But one is the one that I'm reading in that series right now is an age gap. She's 40, he's 24. They both work in the office. She's an HR manager, and he's the lawyer for the company.
Okay, the one you were talking about is called A Flick Between Friends.
That's it.
Oh,
And
I
it is
remember seeing you talk about that.
KU, and it is on my Kindle.
Is it about to go to my Kindle?
That a couple of great people are about to be recognized for their.
Oh God, he's got dog ears on now.
Happening.
I didn't even notice.
Maybe it's supposed to be wolf ears. Note the moon.
Wait, I am trying to
RWA
for making it hard.
Not for service to individual chapters, but is intended to honor repeated commitments of service to RWA and is presented for
I do like this guy's voice. It's
This
very
year's recipient is
Yeah, he's got a good voice.
Gail
For...
Kianese. Here to present the RWA Service Award, please welcome the Secretary of RWA, C. Shalov.
Oh, the secretary. This is the new secretary, not the one.
Yeah. So I don't think they were supposed to show who the winner was on that screen.
William
Probably not.
Drumgold, titled "The Bridge Builder." The poem is about an old man.
Yeah,
I'll give it to him. He's a
there was a
werewolf.
moon in
werewolf?
in the background.
Yeah.
I vote he was a puppy dog.
He looked like a dog.
Before the service award and not before the speculative romance.
Yeah, like the way this was organized was interesting.
Gail Pianese
it's a mess.
As a bridge builder that has helped to create opportunities and programs for all of our authors.
Oh no, I think
the first ever RWA virtual conference in less than 8 weeks. During a pandemic, while we were attempting to navigate a new road, a new path forward in making RWA more inclusive and diverse.
Well, y'all didn't do it, honey. I know y'all are trying, but y'all ain't hit the mark this year. Maybe you hit it next year.
I'm very curious to see if next year we see more people submit that are authors of color.
Yeah.
I totally do not blame anyone for not wanting to submit this year, though.
To her service as the workshop committee, she's been a chapter
But I feel like it makes it hard to judge, like,
a candidate
the mess to an extent. I mean, it's still a mess, and we all still know it's fucked up. But
somehow between Gail's service to RWA,
if they got 10% of their normal submissions from non-white authors,
romantic mystery, and women's fiction,
which is what I feel like they got.
She's an avid reader.
I mean,
across many genres, and has been known to binge watch shows like Sons of Anarchy in the name of research. Originally from California, she's actually lived in 8 states and 3 countries, and says that's courtesy of the U.S. Navy. And she now calls Connecticut home with her real life hero of a husband, her amazing kids, and her.
This is also
precious,
true.
if not demanding pup.
Yeah.
One
Well, some
word
authors
is
have just said they're done.
A lot of
And that is
authors
why
this year were like, I'm not
it is
doing it.
my honor
Yeah. I mean, but
present
like you said, I mean, who can blame him though? You know what I'm saying? Like nobody
There's
wants
no
to
blame.
be associated with that, but I mean, for me, it's just the audacity.
Oh,
They
yeah.
gave an award after a black, like they could have waited. They could have waited on that. I think that was kind of a rash decision.
We could put on a better award.
Yeah,
yeah.
Chapter national level has been my way to give back to all of you, to say thank you for sharing your knowledge, expertise, and kindness. It's been a great
She does
way
not
to
look
connect so many
excited.
writers
Yes.
and meeting a lot of wonderful friends, and I'm just truly thankful to be part of your community. So thank you.
The RWA
It's very
Emma
short.
Merit Service Award
Yeah.
is presented for the accumulated body of work a member has
Melissa Day
contributed as a volunteer to RWA.
saved their ass from having
The
to
award
right?
is not only for service
She
to
tried
individual
to help
chapters,
when all the
but is
stuff went
intended
down.
to honor
She also
major
put her foot in her
commitments
mouth
of
multiple
service
times.
to RWA.
Oh,
A
gee.
member may receive the RWA Emma Merit
Things
Service
were
Award
fiery then, though. Like
only
I,
once in a
I'm not saying like
lifetime.
it's okay that she put her foot in her
This
mouth.
Could
either,
we do our
obviously.
own romance awards?
Here to
Well, they
present
do the Swoon
the
Awards
Emma
every year
Merit
now. They started those
Service
as
Award.
Swoonies in
Please
response to the Rip
welcome
Bodice
the
ones.
president of RWA.
And those are fun.
I'm not familiar with those.
No. No.
Okay. Beat face.
Ooh.
Yes, ma'am. With the eyes.
I was gonna say those eyes.
Oh yes, boo. Like you can hear me.
Doesn't it feel like we're talking to her?
Feels like we're in the call.
Wait, I'm really confused though. This says contemporary romance mid. Is she presenting the award?
reality is more difficult than you can possibly imagine.
Uh,
That's all I know.
no, I think she's presenting it to Alyssa Day.
Being president can
No, that
also
was a service award. Yeah, they just forget to take contemporary romance mid off.
I think so. You're publicly accountable for every.
I'm just
good
living for
or
her
bad
makeup right now. Wow.
Yeah, good makeup.
Icon.
God. The
The hair is fantastic. I like
I love the eye color. The top dress, whatever situation is happening.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna give you the best dressed award, yes, ma'am.
Again.
The lashes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just here for it.
At the peak of the crisis and the pandemic, Alyssa Day volunteered to become
We should
president.
do like a live stream award show where we don't have to do any preparation other than everybody has to come up with their own romance category.
Oh, that would be fun.
Someone
That would be fun, like an end of year, like just like based on things we've read and liked. I think that would be fun.
We could put something like that together. I would be down for something chill. We're not doing
and determination were a steadying
anything like this.
No, I don't want to have to read anything extra. I don't want to have to listen to other people's
leading
opinions.
us into a successful virtual conference. The first for RWA.
I just want to be
while
able to
simultaneously directing the development of the Vivian Awards. for her sacrifice and commitment to the
Yes, she is the
organization
only
in
one
the
that
face
looks
of
like
such
it's an awards
adversity.
show. That's
Yeah,
her story.
RWA, its national board, chapters, and members.
Yeah,
It is
I
my
thought Elisa
distinct
Day stepped
pleasure
in
to
because there was
present
like that rule about who
2021
could be
Emma
president,
Merit Service Award
and she
Yes.
was like
former
one of the
president
two people
Alyssa
who
Day.
qualified, and so she like
Yes.
bailed
And then
them from
she
having
kind
to
of
be involved.
like,
Wow. Thank you for that amazing introduction.
I don't know.
But
Wait.
you warned me that you're going to
She
make
looks
me
like a
cry, and you
vampire.
weren't wrong. I'm very touched.
All right, hold on.
and
You
honored.
look
Ashley,
like
go
you
ahead.
on Twilight.
Yeah, it's not. The line is not
Listen, we work hard to be this pale, okay?
But like she's also, her screen is faded out and it just like, you know, like
It's not great.
But we went like it threw me for a second because I was like, whoa, what happened?
This lighting is less than optimal.
Yes.
Oh, that was funny.
She does look like a ghost too.
I feel bad putting comments up because I keep covering Ashley, but so yeah, she was the only one eligible to step in as interim president, I believe, but then she was like kind of messy too.
Oh, she definitely was, but I just mean like if you're gonna give someone an award as this organization, it's like, hey, here's an award for keeping us in existence.
Yeah.
That.
Literally for keeping us alive.
I went to law school, and I love law school. Go figure. Turns out that helped me in being RWA president. As anybody on last year's board or the RWA?
Wait, hold
Wait,
on.
what did she just
Wait.
She dated them so bad.
Wow.
Wow.
Also, can we just point out some of his bring back Laquette? It's the contrast of Laquette being like so beautifully put together and like great lighting and everything to the ghost of Alyssa Day. Like that's
yeah.
Because everyone who was a person of color in the organization just about stepped down 2 years ago almost now. And are no longer members and have left. And a lot of the orgs have split off and are no longer affiliated either.
Yeah.
So the pick-in is slim.
Listen, she
The number-
said, I love law school. Who knew that law school would help me be president of the RWA?
That was
so messy. That is so messy. That is so messy.
Listen, Damon Swade was out here like, this is slander, I'm sure. And they're like, no, it's not, you dumbass.
Oh, Damon Swade. I've always thought about Damon Swade since the pandemic started.
I just remember I met him, like he was on a panel I watched at Polycon, and I was just like, I don't like you. Like immediately I was like, I don't like you. Something's off.
He gave me very like petty vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Intuition was on track, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god, hurry up.
This was a very long speech.
Almost before publishers quit buying it. The times I missed deadlines when my
Law school did not teach her how to be concise.
No.
Nope. With her closing argument. Damn, she already won the case.
Why is she
Hey, this is her moment, guys. This is her time to shine.
Her 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
So she's going to take all of them.
We can find our tribe. We can find people who
I have my Twitter feed is full of people saying they're really happy that that they left the RWA.
I mean,
18 months ago.
I mean, look.
I don't know what the hurry up music sounds like. There you go. I'm trying to help.
Oh, yeah. What is that? Jeopardy? Yeah.
Jeopardy.
You are here because we are ruthless, and you know that. If you expect nothing else, it is that I am tipsy and I do not care.
Oh, you guys, you'll be happy to hear the Garth Brooks concert was canceled.
Oh, the thunder rolled in and canceled it.
Yeah. Thunder rolled in.
Before the stream started, what the weather thing I follow for Nashville said, everybody at the Garth Brooks concert head for cover. But the way it was phrased made it sound like the only people I care about if they are safe from the thunderstorm is the people at the Garth Brooks concert. Anyway, they're safe now.
Into the work.
I'm just glad that
How is she
rolled.
still talking?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I'm about to take a nap. Will you wake me up?
What hashtag are people using on Twitter?
I don't know.
Is anybody using that?
Let's see.
Hashtag RWA probably.
I'm seeing a lot of congrats to Reese.
Yeah, everyone is like congrats
yeah.
to Reese Ride. Reese Ride alone.
That's because Reese is.
I'm not talking shit about Garth Brooks. I'm just making funny puns.
Oh, RWA Vivian. Maybe.
On the planet. And then one day, maybe even 20
Is
years
she
from
still
now,
talking? Oh, yep, it's already starting. I'm begging.
You know what? Maybe this is why that last lady said like 3 sentences because she knew Alyssa Day was gonna keep talking.
run really sorry. Take on the opportunity because
She is literally still talking.
I know. Oh my gosh. I wish I could fast forward.
I know.
all of your hard work and for awarding the Emma Merit Service Award to me. I share this
Vivian, RWA Vivian 2021. I'm seeing a lot of chatter on as well.
No, I saw somebody say they put on a dress and pearls. Girl, for what?
I liked the lady that said she was gonna wear a t-shirt because she knew if she dressed up she wouldn't win. So
That is hilarious.
I mean,
maybe next one, maybe the next time we all dress up. I don't know. Get our ball gowns out.
Yo, people are award winners. Don't look much.
It is
streaming on YouTube. Oh.
Yep, I've seen a lot of people talking about, the genocide.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just messed up. I can't believe it won.
Yeah, as this person, Salika Snyder, said the book where the quote-unquote hero kills a bunch of Native Americans in the prologue while pitting Bible quotes against a Sioux holy man.
Oh my god.
Your new awards, folks, just like the old awards.
Yeah, that's such crap. I can't believe they let that book win. Like,
I wish I wasn't surprised, I guess.
I do feel like that is the worst thing of all of this. Oh, she's done.
From the ghosts of RWA.
Oh my gosh.
This is
very
really
long
long.
They're really
long.
Award for Excellence in Mystery and Suspense, here to present the Vivian Award for the most.
Okay, was this the one you touched, Bethany?
No, I did like it was whatever their debut category was. This is like unpublished manuscripts.
Novelist belief. Regardless of
Are we
obstacles,
whispering?
We ask our characters to believe in themselves, to believe in their dreams, and to believe in their love. We do the same with our readers, asking
That
them
is
to
exactly
trust
that's
us
exactly
to
it, Sid.
deliver
Like
the
I'm not surprised, but I'm
well-deserved
surprised.
happy
Thank you,
ending
Shay.
we're looking for. It should come as no surprise then that a career in romance requires a similar belief.
But y'all need to see
that readers will find us, that our stories
full
will
dress
resonate
though.
with them.
Oh,
and that
really?
our
Leg
characters
split.
will touch
Yes,
their
child.
heart. For
Ooh, that
tonight's
dress is
finalists,
fire.
that
I'm not
belief has
surprised.
paid off.
And
The
she got tattoos going up her
finalists for the
leg.
most anticipated romance are
Yes, boo.
Michelle McCraw for 23 and You and Me.
She looks so good.
Janet
Wait,
Opedisano.
wait, like 23 and me? Like the DNA test?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, that is a dress. Okay.
Right?
I'm loving
Jane
this.
Duran.
I hope
Love
she
with
did a date night
Complications.
before this or something.
Ingrid Pierce for Trivial
Why is everybody
Pursuit.
white?
You know the answer to that, Ashley.
I mean, actually, so many people were. I read 20 books for judging. 2 of them were by people of color authors, and none of them were queer.
Go to Twitter.
Janet Opedisano.
Oh, whose dress is it? Is it Laquette's?
Laquette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Her
good dress.
If you scroll down in her media.
Oh my god. So yeah, there you go.
They're probably
I've
doing
been
my category
telling
next.
my
That is the
writers
hashtag.
On a watch party with me all night. I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna win. And they're like, write a speech, write a speech.
Ooh, I see. And she matches her man.
Mhm.
Yes.
She looks good.
First of all, I want to say thank you to my husband and son for the patience.
Let me
and
see what
and the
Black
lot of
indie
hours and writing
authors are
days
saying right now. They
from
probably
them.
talking shit on this one.
But they keep pushing me forward.
Tasha's already talking shit.
I wanna thank
Tasha's
so-
talking shit already?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
Oh,
she
yeah.
said
my
congrats only to.
Oh yeah, Katrina's talking shit too.
Okay. Yeah.
that I have ever written.
I expect
And they
nothing
love
less.
Every moment. So I really
Katrina says so. Yeah, those
my
Vivian
writing-
Award winners look like the reader
I said
winners.
it was
It's a yikes for me, dog.
I met these wonderful women.
I like Tasha's
last
newest
spring, and I wouldn't be half.
Oh yeah, Tasha said congratulations to Reese Ryan and Reese Ryan fucking only.
But she just tweeted about could she be nicer? Yeah, but it's not valuable to be nice when they continue to fuck up. Basically, that's me summarizing her tweet, not word for word.
Subgroup.
Yo.
Miranda taught me so much about writing romance, about writing romantic suspense, and well, I'm gonna keep working with her. So that's fantastic. The other writers who were nominated with me.
Yeah, most of my timeline is subtweets.
Yeah, mine is subtweets.
Yeah, nobody's using the hashtag.
No.
You gotta be following the right people. I already
gotta be
tweeted it,
following
and I was like, "So you're telling me
Can't wait to see where you're writing.
no change?"
And finally, I'd like to thank my main characters. Samantha and Antonio for refusing to listen to me when I told them I was writing a
All right, so I'm definitely going to pull my camera out and react live because I think my category is next and I need a clip for the end of my vlog.
Okay, I'm excited that we're the background actors here.
Yeah. So
Can
I
we all, like,
I switched to like my external speakers so I can actually get the sound on it.
Okay.
Our next presenter crosses
Oh, yeah, this is
genre
it.
boundaries to write stories with
Okay.
a romantic heart set against magical backdrops, and is the president of
Hello.
the Golden Network chapter.
Okay, Bethany, you got to give us a thumbs up or
To welcome and
Oh no,
the
we're
first
filming.
class
Oh
of
yeah, I'll
Okay.
let you know
ramp
what I think.
participants this year. Here
There
to
were a lot,
present
so we'll
the
see if
Vivian
they're on.
Award for Best First Published Book. Please welcome J.C. Jarvis.
First time.
Oh yeah, they're
we've
introducing
all
it first.
had.
Okay.
First time eating our favorite food. First time meeting our best friend. First time having
I thought she said eating your best friend.
First time eating your favorite food. How do you know it's your favorite food?
I thought she said eating your best friend, and I said, "Well, that's a new level."
I haven't done that, but you know, there's a first time for everything, so who knows? Life is long.
I mean, I went sexual with the eating, obviously, not cannibalistic.
Oh, same.
But
Susan Antony for
No.
Cherokee Summer.
This had some
Published by
issues.
the
She
Wild
tried,
Rose
but
Press.
like, I don't know.
Victoria Aveline for Choosing
liked
Theo.
this. Yeah, like, it wasn't amazing, but it was
Vivian
fun. It was fun.
Self-published.
I'm gonna try that one.
Marilyn Doran for A
This is
Fast
the only one I
Woman.
didn't read. I read 10 of them. So
A.P. Murray for Greedy Heart.
this is not a romance.
Published by Thule.
It's not a romance. And it
Julia
has- no.
Sky for
This
Her
was good. I
Outback
liked this one
Drive.
actually. It was
Independently
very good.
published.
It was fun.
Steph's
Christina
here. I wonder if
Mitchell
she read that because it sounds like it's set
This
in
was my
Australia.
favorite. I loved this. It's one of my
Published
favorite
by
romances I've read
Pegasus
this year.
Pen Publishing.
There you go.
This was so good.
Anne Marie Boyle for Love Me
This
Like a
was
Love
fine.
Song.
It was good. It's fine.
Published by Dahlia Media. Janine Englert for Lovely Digits.
Pretty good.
Published by Soulmate Publishing. Ashley
was
R.
pretty good.
King for Painting the Line.
I didn't like this one very much.
Published by City Owl
I hate that
Press.
cover.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Love the cover.
Allison
I like
Ashley
the illustrated cover, but not that.
for
I liked
Perfect
this a lot.
Destruction.
This was really good.
Published by Entangled.
Actually, it was very good.
More of
It has
these
a lot of medical stuff.
That is
in
not
it.
a cover that I would be like, yes.
No, it's not a great
romance.
cover, but I really liked it.
Song
This
of
was fun.
Stability.
This is like an inspirational-ish one, but like it was pretty good.
You liked a lot more of those than I thought you did.
Yeah, a lot of them were fine. Like not amazing, but
Whoops. The Vivian goes to Love Me Like a Love Song. Anne Marie Boyle.
okay. I mean, this was fine. It wasn't like anything to write home about, but like okay.
Yeah, I think this one has the most nominees.
At
This
least
category.
it's not one of the ones I actively didn't want to win. So, okay. There you go.
Good question.
Like someone else this evening, I have been telling every friend and family member that I was not going to win this. And so
What?
Was Cherokee Summer racist?
Oh, geez.
Kind of like, I think she was trying to be, yeah, I mean, I think unintentionally it was like nice white lady trying to not be racist, but inadvertently being racist with stereotypes of everybody but the one like noble Native American hero character.
Love that.
So,
Delicious. That just, I had a feeling on that one.
Just the title, I was like, yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
It's like, I think she
I wanted to say
tried,
thank
but
you, as many other people have done tonight,
Yeah.
to RWA.
I mean, that title for me, I was like, and I saw what
I know
she looks like, which you can't judge completely, I understand. But still, I was like, I got a feeling that you are not.
Yeah, definitely there were like 2 of these that I really thought were fantastic, and this one was fine. Like, this was, you know, there were 2 that I did not like at all and 2 that I loved, and the other ones were like fine.
We see more and more of
So,
that.
Yeah.
I need to say a special thank you to Jolene.
I guess
Pei,
3
who
that I
edited
actively
this
didn't want to win, come to think of it. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it literally has
It kind
the name
I mean,
screams it.
It kind of, I mean, it kind of was.
new person and ask for something.
I don't think she thinks of it that way, but you know what else I did is I was reading it right around when they were first releasing all this information about the residential schools in Canada. So I checked her Twitter because I was curious. I was like, has she said anything? No.
Of course not.
Of course not. I mean, you would hope, but of course not. Of course not.
I don't expect people to speak out on every single issue, but like if your book that you just released is dealing with topics of Indigenous or Native people, like maybe that's a good time to
That's probably a good time to chime in. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
You know. Yeah, I was curious because I was reading it right around when all that happened, and I was like, huh, I wonder. Not a peep.
Always remember your first. I will remember them. They live inside of me. So thank you so much.
So,
is there one other category, or is this the only category you fully judged for?
That was the only one I judged for the finals. You just judge one category.
So far,
one yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Wow! It's been quite
guys,
night.
we're out to see.
I love all these outfit
Congratulations
changes.
to all the finalists
Are we
and
all
winners
okay?
Of the
Why does
inaugural
he share
Vivian
that?
Awards. I'm about to sail off with Joan Wilder, but before I go, I wanted to share some exciting news. At her request, Ms. Stevens will be receiving copies of all of tonight's winning books. The first Vivians for RWA's first Vivian.
I don't know that Ms.
I don't know that she really is going to want copies of all of those
To wrap
winners.
up our night, please welcome back RWA President LaQuette.
Okay. Hey, boo.
Hey.
Hey, the president is looking
Good evening, everyone.
like
Fantastic.
like the president.
And it
I love
is
it.
my absolute honor to stand, well, sit before you tonight. I'd like to thank all of the participants, attendees, and all of you streaming this ceremony tonight for coming together to support our finalists, our organization, and the romance genre. Congratulations to all of the finalists and winners of this inaugural class of the Vivian Awards. Whether or not you won tonight, you've become living romance history, legends in your own time. Be proud of that. Thank you to the awards ceremony committee for creating a wonderful celebratory experience for every finalist tonight. You went above and beyond the charge you were given. As a finalist, I'm honored by all of the effort and thoughtfulness you've put into this ceremony on our behalf.
She's probably pissed.
As your president,
We'll talk about it
I am
after she's
proud
done
to
talking.
work
I feel like
with
we'll have a
and the
wrap up.
magnificent way you represented this organization.
This was quicker than I expected it to be.
Yeah,
I'm
not
not gonna
bad.
lie.
Thank you for
They
being
kept it
our-
ribbon. I appreciate that.
Same.
You were the perfect choice for this
I mean,
job.
it probably would have been an hour 30 if what's her name
I was
didn't
gonna
talk
say,
as long.
except for Miss Day.
Zipped it.
To the judges, thank you for sacrificing your time and participating in our very first Vivians. Your
Yes,
hard
thanks,
work
Bethany.
produced
Clap,
one of the
clap,
most diverse classes of finalists
job.
we've seen in
Thank you.
Yes.
To RWA staff, thank you for every single thing you've done for this organization. I'm going to say that again. To RWA staff, thank you for every single thing you've done for this organization. Thank you for every single sacrifice you've made and continue to make for this organization and its members. RWA could not function without you. To my fellow board members, I am so incredibly proud of you and all the work you've done. Thank you for your fortitude, your sacrifice, and your service. 2 years ago, then President Helen K. Diamond said the 2019 ceremony reminded us of who we are and how great we can be when we come together as a community and welcome all members.
In the before.
As the current president, I wholeheartedly agree. Tonight, I see the strength and determination to be greater than our past, while still striving for a brilliant future. We continue to listen, learn, and evolve as an organization so that we may press toward our goal of being more inclusive and diverse. We are resolute in our mission to improve the culture so that we can support all romance authors and uplift our genre. On behalf of RWA, the board, the members, chapter leaders, and our staff, thank you for your continued support and good night.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So first of all, yes, the last awards were in person. Sarah McLean was the MC. Laquette, oh my gosh, mouth. Anyway, she gave like an amazing speech in that one. That one had like a team of amazing romance writers who wrote the whole ceremony. It was amazing. That was when Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan won. And we had our first like authors of color winning, which is a whole other issue, obviously, that was 2019.
Yeah.
And they had a bunch of like history of the genre, right? Like they did a bunch of research. I've heard it was really cool.
It was a really fun one to watch. I watched it. And then they did this whole, it's still up on their website. It's called, if you search RWA Trailblazers, it goes through all of the history of romance.
Oh, cool.
It varies by genre. So it's hard to say a straight number total. Because like the one genre only had one book.
I think she said, how do they get nominated?
Oh, how? Oh, oops.
The authors or publishers just submit them.
Mm-hmm. They have to pay a fee and they submit.
But they waived the fee this year.
Yeah. So one author color won. So Brian.
One racist book won, which I still list. Oh my god.
I still can't believe that book won.
I'm not surprised though.
I'm not surprised, but I still can't believe that book won.
You know what though? I swear I think it was backlash. I bet there were judges who were judging it who were like, well, F you politically correct people, we're gonna make this book win. Like that's probably what happened,
That's
honestly.
what Masha was saying.
Yeah.
It shows you how vast Romancelandia is, and it also shows you how much of Romancelandia is still racist.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, large portion, unsurprisingly. Of course, does not give a fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like I have somewhat of a qualified opinion on this because my master's thesis was about inspirational romance. I can safely say the only inspirational romances I've read that I've enjoyed have been by women of color. So like the fact that like that racist book won is actually quite ironic to me, given like if I was doing like an oil dip on quality within inspirational romance, far and away the books that I think are the most interesting and like well written and et cetera, tend to be by women of color.
Yeah.
I think this is a hard statement to make because Romancelandia is literally so vast that you can't.
It's like a lot does care, but
I think a lot do care, but I don't think we have to think about how many pockets exist within this realm. It feels very insular and like it's a small space because a lot of us know each other and are friends, but like if you go to events ever, there are more people there that you've never met before that are on romance Twitter, etc. So it can be hard to be like, I don't know. It's hard to like fully judge the genre, I guess. I feel like in that way. You obviously have to find your people and the people who are going to reflect the values you want to see.
Yeah.
obviously romance doesn't automatically make you a good person. No book genre does. So my blanket statement on inspirational romance that I don't always say out loud, but is always intoned, is that it's basically the white supremacy of romance to an extent. And people get really mad about that. But
it's a genre designed to reinforce dogma within white evangelicalism.
Exactly.
Most of the women who read inspirational romance, and it is mostly women, they will talk about it as devotional literature for them. So it's not meant to just be entertainment. It's meant to be reinforcing ideology. And that ideology is white conservative evangelicalism. So unfortunately, it's not to say every single book in it is a problem, but it is not a coincidence or surprising to me that, like, for instance, one of the I don't remember if it actually won the award or if it just got nominated, was a romance between a Nazi officer and a Jewish prisoner. It was meant to be a retelling of the story of Esther. Like, that's not surprising to me because it's coming out of that ideology that is like, it sees every single person as redeemable and therefore has a complete tone deafness to the reality that, like, some things are not forgivable to read about, like, in the context of a romance.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's hard because, like, there's some.
Oh, it's from Bethany House. I Googled it.
Oh yeah. I think a lot of it depends. A lot of it probably depends on the publisher too, because, like, especially if it's coming from a Christian publishing house. But I think it's interesting because, like, there's like inspirational romance from Christian publishing houses, but then there's inspirationals from Harlequin, which are not all quite the same. And then there's like their love inspired line. Like, some of those I've read and they're just like don't have sex on the page, basically. They're like sweet romances. And then you also have, like, you know, like I'll read some of the proper romances from Shadow Mountain Publishing, and, like, those mostly don't seem to be overtly religious either. They're just like sweet, clean, whatever. They just don't have sex on the page and stuff. So I think it's hard because, like, but those tend to kind of get marketed in similar ways. And so you kind of have to, like, read the descriptions to figure out, like, what's religious and what's not. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, this year I'm very curious. I don't expect to see more authors of color next year, to be honest. I don't expect to see any change in that, because why would you want to submit your book?
I mean, yeah, look what happened.
Like,
very few made it to finals, and then only one actually won an award.
I mean, one.
Yeah.
You know,
one.
Because we were Izzy, you did it before on your channel. Which list were we looking at?
We looked at all of the nominations.
All the nominations. That's what that was. Okay. I couldn't remember what we were looking at.
Yeah, so we went through all of the nominees that were, like, all of the finalists of this list, because they don't release, like, everyone who submitted, right?
Yeah. Yes, you're right.
I did not know that.
I think they're linked. Like, they're a subsidiary of an LDS publishing house.
Yeah, why pay into a system that's not in your favor? Which is such a shame, because, I mean, but it is what it is. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Like, you know, a lot of the romances that I read, strictly AAVE. And I know that they have things in place, but at the end of the day, I feel like bias kicks in at a certain point. You know what I'm saying? You're going to look at AAVE as being grammatically incorrect, and it's not at the end of the day. But, you know, if I was a Black indie publisher or a Black indie writer, I would not put my work up to be torn apart in situations like that at all.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, and that was part of why I chose not to judge. And I openly said it on Twitter that if they searched it, they would find why I said I'm not judging and I'm not submitting. Is that I did not agree with the fact that one of the parameters is grammar. So a racist person can say, oh, it's AAVE, that's not grammatically correct. Oh, it's Spanish, it's anything that is not English to them, you know, can be deemed as grammatically incorrect. And, like, that doesn't work for me. Like, that doesn't stop the system. That doesn't stop the problem.
Yeah.
And clearly naming an award after a Black woman doesn't stop the problem either.
And acting like she's dead all the fucking time.
And she's not.
Nope. So many people think she's dead. I'm not even joking.
It's so weird.
That's why I'm always like, she's alive, y'all. She's alive.
She lives.
She lives. She lives in Texas.
Probably
do authors get their scorecards?
Yes.
Yes.
Interesting.
So we will probably see some scorecard stuff in the next couple days on Twitter, possibly.
Okay.
But at the same time, so few authors of color submitted that I don't know.
Well, I just want to say How to Stay is so good. Okay, I'm gonna go get so I can show you guys what. Hold on.
My cat's hitting buttons, so I was like, just
I just
don't
can't get
close
over
the
the
window.
fact that they sent them PDFs. Like, so y'all couldn't send them a copy of the book. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
I bought a
definitely
physical
pay.
copy of this one because I loved it. So like, and this was also the only Black author in my category, but like, it's her debut and it's really good. Highly, yeah, she's. And what's really interesting about it is the hero has like body issues, which is really interesting to see. Like, I kind of liked how it did that, where like he's like lost a lot of weight, but like he kind of has disordered eating and has like insecurities and stuff that he's kind of dealing with. And I just think it's interesting to see on page, especially with a hero.
Bethany, I'm still stuck on the fact that you just said that you bought that book.
Oh, I bought it. I loved it.
No, I'm just stuck on you're not getting paid for judging. The least thing that they could do.
Oh yeah, no, they
You know what
send
I'm
you. They
saying?
send you you get like PDFs, but I really liked this and I wanted a physical copy.
So, Ashley, have you judged for any librarian stuff before or no? Because my friend has. She does. My friend's I have a friend that's a middle school. I have friends in like all kinds of library fields. It's weird. Anyway, she's a middle school librarian and she judges sometimes for middle school stuff. And YA. And they send like she was getting like all of these early copies last year because she did one of the award things from all of the publishers. Like, no problem.
What I heard, they do Newberries are like that too. I worked with somebody who was who judged for the Newbery Award. And to my knowledge, they also get physical copies, which to me it just makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Indie
Like,
Next also gets physical copies.
I just feel like that makes sense for you to get physical copies.
Yeah, no,
when
we
you're
did not.
judging. I mean, did they give you an option? Like, let's say that I just can't, for whatever visual purposes, can't see on a screen.
No.
All right.
I mean, and the other thing too is that authors were only required to upload a PDF. Some of them also did a Mobi file, but a lot of them were only PDF. So I actually also joined Kindle Unlimited so I could have better quality reading experience.
Yeah, because that means you literally would have to read.
Oh my God.
You would have to read on a computer, or if you have an iPad, maybe
You can send it to your Kindle, but it's terrible formatting.
But it is. The formatting is trash.
There is I forget what it's called. I'll try to remember so I can tell you guys. But there is a thing you can download.
Calibri.
Calibri. I use that to convert from PDF to Mobi. It does a pretty good job of fixing most of the formatting issues if you do that. But still, to your point, Ashley, it's like, come on now. Like,
you could have sent the damn books.
Yeah.
This is why I don't do stuff like this. This is exactly why. Because you know what my behind would have been doing? So I can't get a physical copy. Like, I mean, you know, like that's wild to me. You want to talk about accessibility?
Yeah,
you're trying to be inclusive
100%.
of everybody. Like, you're not being inclusive of everybody, even for those who are giving up their time to do this.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether they're interested or not.
Well,
I mean,
and you wonder why you have a hard time getting judges and retaining judges.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, even Isabella is judging manuscripts and she's getting physical.
Yep. Yeah.
I just makes me mad that they don't at least require like an EPUB and a Mobi.
Or like if you, I could understand maybe you can't do it for everyone who submits, but like at least for the finalists, like couldn't you like?
Yeah, I mean some of them are e-only. Like there are some who don't have physical copies available,
which makes sense.
But like a lot of them do, and yeah, they should. I agree.
They should. They really should.
you know, who at least Dorinda Jones should have sent her one copy of hers to whoever was judging.
To all the 10 people that judged it or whatever it was.
10 people who read the one book.
Three, I think.
Yeah.
3. Yeah. I see a couple people asking what this is about.
Yes.
So
Here we go. I'll pop up Heather.
Okay, so it's about a girl who's become a famous rock singer who, because her dad has passed away, is returning to the small town that she left when she was a teenager and reconnecting with her childhood best friend who had been in love with her. And she left without saying goodbye.
Yeah.
And she's got trust issues. He's got his own issues. It's beautiful. It made me cry, and like 3 books a year make me cry. I loved it. I thought it was great. So anyway. Yeah, it's like 2 broken people coming together and finding love.
Love it.
It was
the best kind of romance.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, I already picked it up as well to read. I'm very excited. I'm just still, y'all, I wish I wasn't surprised.
I was genuinely surprised they let that racist book win.
I kind of was too. I'm not going to lie.
I thought they would have quietly blackballed it, but
yeah, they should have.
You would think. I thought, like, and I would, so like before today, I literally was like, oh, I need to go see if they said anything about that book. Silence. And I was like, we're really going to just not even acknowledge it.
That's just, that's a big issue I see also with the way that, like, I have thoughts about the way they did the rubric, because the thing is like, if you notice something problematic, there's no way to mark that or note that. The other thing about it is that one of the books I read is not a romance, but because of the way the rubric is set up, like, it can still do pretty well, even though like the romance is shoehorned in the last like 15% of the book. It's like...
Good night, Shay. Happy early birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, I mean, the thing though is if they have like a way to flag problematic things, you also, this gets into our whole content warning conversation we had the other day. Like, you know, there's going to be people who abuse that too.
Yeah. I don't know what the solution is.
People are trash. That's the bottom line. People are trash and we can't have nice things.
No. Yeah.
I mean, that's really the problem, right? Is unless we somehow had a whole huge, massive amount of us infiltrate the judging and the right people submitted, we can't overthrow it. But but then the question is it worth overthrowing, or do we let it languish
and just create something better?
Yeah.
I think part of, and I've always felt this way. So I did, Smart Bitches Trashy Books used to do, or maybe they still do, I don't think they do it anymore, where they would have the audience read and review every single nominee. So it was like crowdsourcing reviews for all of the nominees. And like what I did it for, I think 2 years. And what I realized very quickly after reading the reviews and then my own experiences is that it's like, I've not heard of most of these books, and most of them feel very generic. I mean, I don't want to be harsh, but a lot of them feel very like, I've read this a million times before. So it's like part of my frustration from that, like even setting aside any of the problematic stuff, it seems to me like the way that the awards are set up values or allows books that are just like kind of the blandest to rise to the top often.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I don't know, like in any given year, there's a ton of interesting romances being published, both by traditional and indie or self-pub press. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of interesting, and like, I guess like the Vivians or where the Ritas never seemed to me to represent where the energy of the genre really was. Like, or like, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
it does. I do agree with you. I don't think it really represents where the Romancelandia, like the books I'm always hearing about are that are talked about. Because, but then again, I don't know, is on another side of Romancelandia, are these the books being talked about? I'm not in Facebook groups really actively. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like the people I follow, these aren't the books we're reading.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would be interesting if there was a different sort of nomination process, you know, where like people nominate books instead of them just like sort of submitting themselves.
Yeah. Well, that's like kind of what the Swooties did this year. I feel like,
Yeah.
you know, they had people nominate books and then we all voted, but that was all like through Twitter. They did a great job with it. It was kind of in response to the Bodice and just general lack of like good romance awards.
Y'all, Tasha is going in right now.
Oh, hold on.
Like, Tasha somebody said that it was dreadful and that they appreciate Laquette fighting the good fight, but the RWA does not reflect inclusive diversity. Tasha said, "Are you serious? How soon we forget Plantation Gate? This is why the memory is kept alive in group chats across the community. How the absolute fuck is she a champion? She blocked Black romance off if she's not for us." I don't know if she's talking about...
She's talking about the Amelie Howard book, Princess something or other, where she went back and rewrote that whole book because the hero owned a plantation and our heroine was Indian.
Oh, Jen DeLuca tweeted, wasn't this the one with the genocide? RWA is still doing this.
And I don't know everything that went down between Laquette and Tasha and Katrina and all of it, because obviously, like,
that's about to say, I think something happened between.
Interesting.
The way that I'm reading it is that something happened between Tasha. Katrina,
I know that a lot of people were very, very upset about the Amelie Howard book. Amelie apologized and said she was going back to fix it, and she apparently did. I have not read this book. I don't really want to. I think it's a Princess something.
Did we see y'all's memory as short as
Coochie Cutters? Yeah. I'm looking at that now. Dead uncanny memories in this bitch.
What's that book called? But yeah.
Was that the one where we called out the plantation owner and then everybody dogpiled on the reviewer who pointed that out and said,
yes, it was a whole mess.
That was
it was bad.
I'll be honest, I'm like slightly, I mean, it'll be fine, but I'm low-key nervous about putting my vlog up because like I have things to say about some of the books I read.
It's The Princess Stakes is the book she had to rewrite. Listen, Bethany. I told you already. If somebody comes for you in your comments, you just come tell me. I will show up.
This talk with you though.
What?
I said I feel like we've all had this talk with you at least once. It's about people putting for you in the comments, and all you had to do was just
okay.
After our role,
you know what? It's probably because I had such a terrible experience with that one video.
I get it.
You could have summoned me. I would have just told all the fantasy guys to go for the dick.
I mean, all you got to do is give me the green light. I won't do it unless you give me the green light.
You have to tell me.
You guys, yes, you guys are welcome to be in the comments of that if there's any issues. It's going to be interesting because like there were some great ones, like case in point, but I have things to say.
And if the authors roll up in your comments,
well, you know what I do to them, so
I mean,
we're going to have a whole discussion about how that's not appropriate.
Appropriate? Well, you get screenshot, put your ass real quick.
And now I have to go. Like now, I get to go rate and review them on Goodreads.
Dang it! You're gonna pull ahead of me on reading more once you put all these up on Goodreads.
Yeah, well, it's like 20 books that I haven't put on there yet. Heather, you can have a green light too. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
We're ready. We are ready to come fight.
All right. Well,
I'm looking at Courtney Milan just to see what her take was, and this is a good summary, which is I stand by my earlier comments. I do not think that a community judge contest can ever be non-racist when the underlying community has large pockets of racism.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Yep. Do you know your total 1 stars for this, Bethany, or no?
That's a good question. I can give me a minute and I'll tell you.
Okay. Yeah, and that's really the issue. Is it's not even if it's like we don't know how widespread it is. We don't know who judged.
Right.
That is like one nice thing with like the Ripped Bodice Awards. Like people submit and they pick people.
Listen, I know people have critiques of the Ripped Bodice. I don't disagree with those critiques. I will say if we're looking at who their awards end up rewarding, I think that it's a pretty diverse panel of books, and they're books that I actually heard people talking
Exactly.
about.
Right.
So I'm like, I know I'm not saying it's perfect, but I think it's a lot closer to at least reflecting like where the interesting work in the genre is happening.
Agreed. And that's the thing, like at least that is a reflection, and they rotate people every year. So that's nice. And I think the critiques mainly on the Ripped Bodice come down to the diversity report that they put together.
Yeah, I think that's where
which is fair.
Yeah.
But I think that at least that was books I've heard of, and a lot of them I've read.
Yeah. And a lot of them were really good. I mean,
okay. So out of the 20, I had 4 1-stars.
Which for Bethany is pretty brutal.
That is brutal.
I also had, I think, like 3 or 4 2-stars as well. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Also, can you guys hear the rain? It literally sounds like I'm about to be in Noah's flood. It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Is the tornado coming to take you away to
I-
Oz?
No, there's no rotation. It's just a shit.
So, like, to put it in perspective, last year, I think I gave out like maybe 4 1-stars all year. And like I had 4 1-stars just in this set of books.
You were so miserable. You kept messaging me on Voxer like, I hate my life.
Yeah. Well, it was funny.
Yeah, I'd like catch up with Bethany. She'd be like, "Yep, I'm getting through it," and I was like,
"Still reading them.
I'm here when you need me."
Yeah.
Here when you need me.
Yeah. Well, and then like there was one point where I read something and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is terrible. Is it just me or is it the book?" So I took a break and read like a couple Ruby Dixon novellas and I was like, "Nope, it's the book."
So I don't think we could do blind judging either because again, we have the issue of AAVE or
We'll give it away.
Spanish or anything in the book that is going to give away that it's not a white author.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they're going to dock it for grammar and be terrible.
I think too, like it's a lot of I don't know. I'm not afraid of saying the wrong thing, but I think too, like, when you're used to reading in a certain lane or certain characters, if you're used to reading where everybody's white, I'm telling you, if you pick up a book and you have characters probably that are not white, that are speaking in certain dialects, like it doesn't matter if you hide the title, the author, whatever, it's gonna stand out.
Yeah.
It's gonna stand out like a sore thumb, like, and I just keep thinking to the fact that, like, I predominantly read a lot of Black love romance. That's just me. That's just my preference. It's just how I do things. And it's kind of unfortunate because I don't ever expect to see any of them on this stage whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because I don't expect them to ever submit their work. Like, I'm familiar with Tasha, Katrina, all of them. They're not gonna put their work.
I could never see Christina C. Jones submitting.
Christina,
or
you want to talk about a person who's such a damn gifted writer. It don't make no sense. And I'm not like that with everybody. Like I have never given Christina anything lower than probably a 3.5 on anything that I've read from her. And this woman can write, and she has a very she has the ability to write just under a few subgenres in general. She's gifted. She's truly gifted. And it's unfortunate because I know that she's never going to submit her work to be in the Vivians, because who would want to submit their art, their craft to people who are not going to fairly judge it? It's different if you read it and you fairly judge it and you're like, this is good, but somebody else's work is stronger. But already, you're going to be at a disadvantage because you're not writing in a way that most people are used to reading. People are not used to reading AAVE. People are not used to hearing AAVE. So
Well, like Heather says, you can't trick people into.
Yeah,
not
I was to say this is the
Yeah,
thing.
that's
Like
the bottom line.
you can't hide author color's work in that way by blinding it. I get it. I know like the intention there like is obviously pure. Yeah, Christina C. Jones is amazing. If you aren't reading her, why are you on my channel? Because I feel like I never shut up about her.
Do we have a single rec for Christina C. Jones? That
I don't have a single. It depends.
Okay,
Like,
okay, no, I think I do. I think I do.
Or a favorite. What's your favorite? What about that?
Ashley, you gonna go pull up the list? I got my two.
You have
two? I have two. I think if you want like a fun romance that's quick and just little fun time, the Wright Brothers series is a great starting point. I feel like those are a great starting point. That is where I started.
Okay.
I highly recommend. The first book is Getting Schooled. It follows three brothers. That one hit home for me. Our hero is a veteran, so of course it hit home here for me a little bit. Like I was like, it was really fun. It was funny, sexy, all the things. Now, yes, all of her books are KU.
Yeah, everything's
now, the book that I recommend if you like darker romances or you want a fun time is Maybe Next Time. Where
Vegas Nights?
Yes, the Vegas Nights. It's the first one in that series. I need to finish that series. But that one, we follow a hero who kidnaps his wife who wants a divorce because she won't talk to him to talk out their problems. Now, I do need to give a big content warning here. Their issues, their miscommunication stems around miscarriage. So you need to know that going in. But he kidnaps her. He said, no. You're talking to me. We're going. We're going.
I love that.
And I was like, yes. Listen, when my partner kidnaps me because we're not communicating, it's because he heard me not shutting up about this damn book.
Yeah. What about you?
It's hard because I've read so much of her stuff this year alone.
Mm-hmm.
It's been like I've had to read anywhere in between maybe 10 to 13 of her books alone this year.
Her backlist is, you have to understand, she has over 50 books, 60 books.
It's massive. It's massive. I think that she has written my favorite, and because it feels like something I would do with her Love Sisters series. And that first book, the way that your hero and heroine meet, it's fucking
I love it.
hilarious.
It's a meet dangerous.
Yeah, it is unexpected, but it's some shit that I would do because that's just my personality. So, and they're really, really short. It's a trilogy of novellas, but the catch-22 about that is that it would help to read the Wright brothers first. You don't have to, but they're connected because the Love Sisters are cousins to the Wright brothers. So you'll appreciate it more because you meet all of the Love Sisters in the Wright brothers Christmas novella.
So I haven't read the Christmas novella yet, and I still read the sisters.
Yeah, you don't have to read it. It's one of those things where like she connects a lot of her characters because a lot of them live in Blackwood, which is that one town. So if you read them in that order, you'll get that, you can see the connections, but you don't have to. If I had to go with a second one, I would say if you like darker, I would go with Annie Up, which is the first book in her High Stakes series, which takes
I need to read that
in Vegas. And I was surprised.
Good list.
I was surprised when I read that one because I was so used to reading. I think I had read her paranormal stuff and had read her contemporary stuff, but I was very surprised to slide into something of hers that was much darker, and she did a damn good job with it. So Annie Up was good. I really, really like that one. And it's crazy because the whole thing is about poker and your two characters, your hero and your heroine. It's almost like a double entendre because it's like you have the game of poker, but they're also playing poker with each other. They both have a poker face on, and it's about them kind of getting away from that and really truly getting to know each other. It was done. I mean, the woman could write. Damn, that woman could write.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, this is
I've
always
love
seen
her.
people love her, but I've never there. Like you said, there's a ton of books, so I never really knew where to start. So
yeah,
I think like once you start, you'll
unlimited.
just start going through them. They're so good. They're so fun.
Good. They're so good.
They're so good. I love her. But yeah, like that. It makes me sad because like I do read a lot of indies, like you, Ashley, that like we'll never see on this list. And it sucks. I would love to see them get recognized in other ways.
I would too. I really would, because I feel like they do a lot of, and it's not just Black romance indie writers. There's a lot of indie romance writers, I think, that do a lot of good work that don't really get the recognition that I think that they deserve at the end of the day.
No, I agree completely. Like I think we see a lot of underrepresented authors in the indie genre that are just ignored at the end of the day by a lot of people.
Well, and I feel like in terms of just like some risk taking, I appreciate that about indie romance. Like because they can kind of just throw it up quickly. If they want to, like they can respond to, trends. And I don't know, I've always found that really interesting about indie romance, that you'll see these little like micro trends within the group of authors that you're reading of like, okay, we're all writing, a mafia romance right now. That's going to be hot for, May and June, but then by July we're going to be on to another little micro. So.
Yeah, it's fun because they do get to respond so quickly to any of the trends. As I'm just like checking out more Christina C. Jones on the mic.
And I like traditionally published romance. I think more than some of the people in BookTube who read romance. I do like so it's not that I don't think traditionally published romances can be good. I enjoy them, but yeah, I wish we had some way to recognize like the variety. I don't even want to say just diversity. It's like the variety of that we have in romance. It just is so many different kinds of books, so many different subgenres. Like there really is just something for everyone, and there's people doing really good work in so many different arenas.
Yeah.
Like another good one too, like Shay Sanders. Like I don't think that her writing is as top notch as Christina. Christina is one that I think just her writing is is up here. She sets the bar pretty high, but Shay Sanders can write a damn plot twist like I ain't never seen before. She wrote Sand, what was her latest book? I think it's like Sand to the Beach, something along those lines. And the heroine is not likable at all. Like when I was reading it, I was like, why are people enjoying this book? Like she's awful. But when you figure out what actually is going on in that entire book, you're like, there's no way, I promise you'll never in a million years will you ever see it coming. Because it was so left field. I was like, whoa, wait. So, I mean, like you said, Mara, like I think there's a little bit of something for everybody out there, like regardless of what you're into, what your kinks are, what your kinks aren't. Like it's so much stuff. It's so much stuff. And it's just sad to see the same standard stuff constantly get rewarded. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that it doesn't have its place.
Exactly. It does have its place. It's not the only flavor.
Exactly.
And that's the best part about romance. Like that's why I'm a romance reader, right? Is the literal variety of things I can get out of the genre.
Yeah.
With minimal effort, kind of, like it doesn't take it really doesn't take me much to find stuff. Now, it does help. Obviously, I'm following reviewers who read across the board and across the genre. So I am finding things that other people maybe don't find as easily, but it's still not.
It's like I love, I don't know, chocolate ice cream, but I love a lot of flavors of ice cream. So there's nothing wrong with kind of your middle of the road contemporary. Like, those can just be fun, but sometimes, I want some daddy kink thrown in with it, or sometimes, there to be an abduction in the middle of it, like whatever,
Y'all know I love me a good daddy kink book.
Listen,
I'm not going to recommend that to Bethany because I don't think that she would enjoy that.
No.
But, she might enjoy an abduction story if I got that. Like,
maybe if it was done right. Yeah, I have tried something with the daddy thing. It's no.
What book was that, Ashley? With the
author's name is Shay Sanders, SHAE, and then Sanders SANDERS.
Yeah, I put that
friend one on my Kindle from your recommendation because that sounds fun.
What friend one?
The one from her where they do sex tape.
Oh yeah. The flick one, yeah. But Shay too. She writes a very interesting. Her sex scenes are.
I love it when people are talking about a romance author and when the sex scenes come up, they just smile and shake their head. It's like, okay,
that's when you know it's good. You're like, yeah.
That's when you know it's something.
Bethany's like, don't discuss. Turn beat red.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
There was another one I read by her today. I don't know why I'm going on a Shay Sanders binge, but it just happened. There's one that she wrote too about, I think it's called Love and War, and it's about a couple that split their divorce, or they're not divorced, it's separated, and it's right before she said it. She must have wrote this probably during the pandemic or right at the beginning of the pandemic, and he comes back to quarantine with his partner and their kids. And even that had a twist to it where it was like, well, why did they really separate? Because you think it's one thing, and then you figure out, you're like, damn. But yeah. Y'all have any great daddy kink recommendations? Y'all let me know.
You know you have to go talk to Tamika for that one.
Listen,
you should.
She's just going to tell you to read Brianna Hale.
You know that's coming. I had one Brianna Hale book checked out from KU, but I never did get to it.
I did read The Black Fox by her, and I gave it a 3.5. It was interesting. It's her stepdad.
If you want crazy sauce, daddy kink, Jessica Kane's my go-to for that.
Okay, so Bree talks about Jessica Kane all the time, and I'm like,
I love Jessica Kane.
I'm about
She's
to go
blessed.
there.
It's a blast.
They are so self-aware in their over-the-topness. It just makes it fun.
Yeah.
Like, there was one where it was, I forget, it was something about like swamp something or other, and it was literally like this crazy man in the bayou who like.
Is that the one they wrote with Alexa Riley?
Yes, it was an Alexa Riley Jessica Kane joint. And it was, he literally kidnaps her and takes her out in the middle of the bayou, and by the end they're like having sex in front of the police officers who are looking for her. Wild. Like, I was like,
I DNF'd one because she's like released to her stepdad, who's also a cop, who's also a stalker.
Yeah, that was.
And
too
I
much
could
for me.
not.
Sometimes it's too much, but yeah. If you like some daddy kink, she definitely has a lot of daddy.
Yeah. So Black Fox is good kink, garbage plot, but if you want daddy kink, it's there.
Oh, which the one I read from Jessica Kane that was like, it's her stepbrother. Oh,
the step stalker.
No, it's not that one.
I'm looking at that one right now, and I was like, "Oh boy!"
Wait, just a second, because it was like a nice, just enough daddy kink.
Yeah.
It was like the Goldilocks of daddy kink, crazy sauce from Jessica Kane.
But you know what I didn't realize that I did not mind reading, or that I enjoyed, was surprised that I enjoyed, was the first time that I read Katie Robert, and it was Desperate Measures, and it has CNC in it, and I was like,
CNC is hot when it's done well.
Oh my god, when it's done right, I was like, oh wow.
I don't know that. Am I
no consent,
Consensual non-consent.
Consensual non-consent. So dub. It can
Like-
be dub Connie, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bearing Him Down. That's the one I'm thinking of from Jessica.
Okay. There's a list from Heather for you, Ashley.
Thank you, Heather.
And then Back River Quiver was the one you read.
Yes, Back River Quiver. That is what I'm thinking
But
of.
Katie, CNC. I love CNC.
Yeah, but I didn't think that I would like CNC until I read CNC for the first time.
I think it also takes an author who's good at it, and it makes it clear, like in that book, it's very clear that like that dynamic has been established between them.
Yeah,
so that she does have a safe word. Bethany, never touch these books. You will like run screaming. You're like opposite of a Bethany wreck.
Bethany, you respect the right of people to enjoy it.
No.
Don't read them. You're not gonna like it.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's the thing too, is like I think there's some things I have stronger feelings about than others too, if that makes sense. Like,
I could see a world. I don't think this would be like your favorite book, but I could see a world where if it was very
well explored, you being able to like.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I think if it had like a slow build.
Yeah,
because like I mean I've like read some like a little bit of some stuff that I don't like haven't reviewed because I'm like I don't want to talk about any of it. But like
I'll read it. I don't want to talk about it. That's
yeah,
fine.
I'm like I don't want to talk about any of it. But yeah, like I think when things are like very very clear with consent and the daddy kink thing. No, I'm a V for me. Like I don't like that. But
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but
I get that.
Yeah, I mean, like I think some stuff can be fine if like they do a really good job of showing consent and like where everybody knows what the power dynamics are and are like knowing what they're getting into. Like,
yeah. And some romance unfortunately does just throw you into the deep end, and that's not healthy kink, obviously. So I'm assuming that you like, what is it? Okay, how does it work? Okay, so consent, non-consent is when you have a relationship, basically, and like it's basically rape fantasy kind of, but not completely necessarily. Obviously, you have a safe word already established. You've already established that this is something you're going to do, but it may not be established when or how, etc., like that. But this would be in a safe relationship. So in Desperate Measures, it opens with him chasing her down a hallway and like tackling her and them going at it. And she's like resistant and fights back, but they've already established their dynamic so that a lot of people read it and like freak out because they don't notice that the dynamic was already established. Because it is a lot for like chapter 1. But yeah, so like basically it's just the whole idea of like it's kind of like reenacting stuff.
Yeah.
Look, I'm with you. It's not.
Well,
I am very 50-50 on daddy stuff.
Husband, daddy.
But like, I love a stern brunch daddy. Like, I cannot.
I'm all for it.
No, I'm like, that's just not for me.
I like the daddy thing in the way that I like WAP from Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, which is like, it kind of just makes me like, it's sexy and it makes me laugh at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
That? Yeah. I feel that.
Daddy kink isn't all that sexy to me, but it feels kind of campy in the hands of it's kind of like, it kind of just makes me laugh a little bit. And I'm like, okay, like this is fun. You guys are having fun. And I respect that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just, I'm not into the point of it being like full DDLG, like daddy, daughter, little girl kink.
No,
that's not
my
where I'm at. It's when it's that dynamic, I'm out. But like the other part, it just depends on the book.
It depends on the book.
Depends on my mood. I will go for a ride. Listen, I read some weird shit. We all know this.
I mean, like,
yeah.
For instance, what is it? Katie Roberts, Your Dad Will Do. I mean, that was.
You're gonna call him daddy because
call him daddy. It's your daddy-in-law, so you gonna call him daddy.
Yeah, exactly. Also, like Shade, I think is his name. Like, he's a daddy. Like, I would call him daddy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Would I call my partner that? No. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I would say that I've never been with a man who made me want to call him daddy, but these books like may open my mind to like maybe someday.
Exactly. Listen, if he's 20 years older than me and smoking hot, yeah, I'll call him daddy. It's fine.
See, the thing is, I think this is the thing is like that dynamic just doesn't appeal to me anyway. I'm like, no, I don't want to be in a non-powerful position in a relationship, period. So no, like that just doesn't appeal to me.
Whereas like I think I do find it sexy when there are women who like outside of the sexual dynamic they have going on are powerful and like it's a sign of the trust in the relationship that they can have that kind of power play. Because I mean, like, just to be totally real here, I've never met someone who I felt that safe with, but the idea of that being something possible is kind of sexy to me. Of like, I've never met someone who I felt safe enough with to do that kind of stuff with, but the idea that you did feel safe enough with someone to do that is intriguing to me.
It is. Well, and that's the thing I stress always when I talk about kink books. I feel like it's like we have to think about the amount of safety involved in the idea of like committing to do this with someone. And I always talk about like, don't just go do this. Like that's not how this works. Please don't. For the love of God.
Yeah.
Don't read 50 Shades and decide that, yeah, absolutely, let me get on FetLife. Like, don't do that. Please don't.
You know what else?
You're gonna die. Please don't.
Shay Sanders writes a good like a good bedroom banter.
Beth.
Daddy. That's
Hey,
you
great.
call him daddy and
know
you
what?
take that money.
You know what though? I'm equally like squicked out by the like mom with their son's friends. Like I just that also
That's less sexy. I don't know.
I can't.
Sloan's always like that, isn't it?
What?
Yeah, Nikki. Yeah, no, I was gonna say. So don't read If She Says Yes by Tasha L. Harrison. Although it is smoking hot, and you should read it.
I think it's because I have kids, and so I'm like imagining like being 50 and like being into one of their friends. Like that's just like
So she had her
I
kid
don't
young.
know.
She was early 50s, and I think he was like 28 or 29. And it was his college like best friend.
Yeah.
And he has to take care of her during the wedding, and he takes care of her. He takes care of her.
Wow.
And he is like kind of submissive. He's kind of submissive though, so actually you might like it.
I mean, if he's like almost 30, like that to me is different. Like a lot of times they're like 20. And I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
like,
no. He's like older 20s.
Okay.
But that book.
I don't know.
I think partly too because like in real life I'm like, why would you be attracted to a 20-year-old?
That's my
Like
problem. I'm not.
This too. Like I will be reading a college romance and I'm like, God, I could not go back to this.
I can smell you and I don't like it. Like I'm just remembering the stench of a 20-year-old man and it is awful.
No.
Like they're so gross at that age. I don't know.
Ashley, you don't agree with us?
No. I don't think I've really. I mean, I've read Age Gap, but I think that I don't think I've ever really done too much of like.
There we go. This is the age gap in this one.
Okay.
The best. What is it?
It's
the son's or child's best friend.
Mhm.
I haven't. I don't think I'm trying to think, and I don't think I have. But I do love me a good age gap, like and I'm about to read it again before the year ends. What's Penelope Douglas's book?
Birthday Girl?
Oh my gosh, that book is so damn good.
People love it, and it doesn't appeal to me, but people love that book.
Oh my gosh, I love that book so much.
It is the one Penelope Douglas book I will recommend.
Oh my gosh, I read that book right after
So
I had
mean.
a baby.
It's fine.
And I was like, what am I missing?
You haven't found one you liked yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so people are saying the like 32-55 thing. That's fine. What I'm talking about is when it's people who are like 48 and 20. I'm like, no, why are you into a 20-year-old? Your son is in college and you're into his friend. Like, no. Yeah.
The same way that it's not, I'm not that into generally young people like that who I don't really think are fully adults yet being in romances. It's just not, I don't know.
Now with older people, it doesn't work for me.
Same.
Yeah.
It worked in Birthday Girl. I know Heather did not like it. And everyone's obsessed with Punk 57 because it's a bully romance and it's okay. The best part is he like licks her and then tells her she smells like shit. And like, I was like, damn, that's an interesting choice. I remember nothing else about that book.
That is
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. But see, like Mariana Zapata will have a lot of age gap romances where it's like the heroine is in her mid-20s and the hero is in like his late 30s. And that I can get down with. It's like everybody's an adult and like,
that's barely an age gap though.
I mean,
we gotta be pushing like 10 plus years for me to be like, all right.
Well, usually the hero like makes it a big thing of like he's too old for her. And it's like, listen, honey, no.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Calm down. All right.
Ashley, she's trying to fight you.
Who?
Heather.
About what?
She
Ashley
said
about Birthday Girl. We're not gonna fight Heather.
I'm not.
Heather
paying
can be
no
wrong.
attention.
It's fine. Heather's wrong a lot of the time.
I'm not paying Heather no attention. Please, this is the person that DNS like 20
Heather
books
is gonna slide into my messages and yell at me. after I get off this live. Guaranteed it. She's gonna be like, "You're so mean to me," and I'm like, "I know."
I love you,
But
Heather.
listen, Heather talk shit and then talk about you're so mean to me. You picking
I
on
know.
me.
I know.
Heather talk shit too, though. That's the thing about it.
Go, Beth.
There
Hey.
you go.
Yeah.
Yours,
I
Beth.
mean, see, like that's
40 to
fine.
80.
Too. That's the thing is like when like both people are in a part of life, you know, where they're not like they're adults. It's different, you know.
I feel like,
I feel like it's very different when you are 36. Like,
oh yeah,
when you are 20. And with a 50-year-old or 40-year-old,
that
it
feels
feels very different life
predatory.
stages.
Like that feels predatory to me.
Yes.
But I'm like, if you're in your 30s and you're with somebody 20 years older, it's like, okay, everyone here is grown. Like, whatever.
And I mean, I constantly had dudes talking to me when I was 21 and under and 22 and 3, and they thought I was 17. And they were excited.
Well, going into church stuff, it was so creepy when I lived in DC. I was 22 and all of the men who wanted to date me were in their late 30s because like just decided that they wanted to have kids. They would it was just like, my guy, you should have figured this out with somebody who's more age appropriate than me. Like just in their late 20s. It was like, I'm trying to find the most fertile myrtle.
Yeah.
that I can get with. And it's like
it was weird. Like it would always be weird when I'd like tell them my age and they just looked taken aback. And I was like, I don't know why you're surprised. I'm in a fucking bar. Like, I'm not 17. I don't have a fake ID. Like, yeah. It just gets icky really quick.
It does.
Very quickly.
I don't like it.
Also, Heather is over here trying to claim innocence, and we all know the lies.
But I don't even know why you paying that foolishness any attention, okay? Because you see me over here ignoring it.
Because I like to rile her up.
Yeah. No, I feel like anytime you get that thing of like, I don't know, like I always side eye men who are like in their mid 30s or older who are still single, like haven't, you know, aren't like divorced or something, but like just single and interested in women who are like 20. I'm just like,
well, we all know why they're single.
Like something's wrong. Like, why can't you find women closer to your own age? Because there's a problem. Like that's such a red flag.
And the
to me.
problem is when you're 20 and you have like there's a demographic of 20-year-olds who are like, this older, more sophisticated man is paying me attention and they think it's like sexy or whatever, and it's like in about 5 years.
100%. I had this. I did this
I had
when
a
I
lot
was
of friends.
18.
I had a lot of friends
when
who
I
were
was
like
20, 21 or 20. When I was 18 and 20, I did this. I dated a guy who was like 10 years older than me.
Yep.
And would date guys older than me for alcohol. Who didn't? Come on. No one is surprised. I was a wild child. Let's be real. Yep.
I mean,
exactly. And that's just it. I
yeah.
thought it was special and I didn't realize. And now I go, oh God. And then I think about, like I said, guys being like, oh, you're not as young as I thought you were. And me being like, just because I'm short doesn't mean I'm young. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Leonardo?
He dates really young ones too.
Yeah.
Leo fine as hell.
I don't know. I feel like he's not aged like wine.
He was never my cup of tea.
Not my type.
Same.
Damn.
He's
like, I said Leo's fine as hell. It started with Mara.
I
I
don't like blonde.
Like he smokes.
Is he? Not my type.
Listen, I have very specific types. It is tall, bearded, and bulky. That's it.
I want like tall, dark, yummy, beefy daddy. Like that's my
yummy beefy daddy.
I want like.
Why did I think of a sausage?
I like a man.
I like lumberjacks. Okay, like
like a lumberjack, but like swarthier,
like a little softer.
Yeah. I feel like so, like the celebrities that I find he was always too much of a baby face. Like the celebrities I think are attractive are like Jason Momoa and Michael B. Jordan.
Well,
like they're hot.
I feel like you have to be dead to be
Jordan is
Joe Manganiello, whatever, is super hot.
Yeah,
this guy is
Michael
hot.
Jordan is overrated. Okay.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
No. He's
Out
like
of
I
all
think
the black
he's-
men, everybody picks Michael B.
No,
Jordan.
Winston Duke. Now,
no.
look,
Before
actually-
that, like he is. He is like. I think he's like one of the most attractive. men
I'm
in
team
Hollywood.
Winston Duke.
I'm team like Idris Elba. Like that's more
Him too. I like him too.
Now that's cliche as fuck. But
I know, but like
But Winston Duke.
some cliches are
can get
cliche
it.
for a reason. Okay.
I literally looked at my partner and I said, I would leave you for him.
Winston Duke.
Yeah. He's sitting on that throne in Black Panther movie, and I was just like, "Yep, I have a type."
Yeah. And it's Winston Duke.
That kind of build, yeah, pretty much. I like dudes who look like they could kill me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what, Izzy. I never thought about it that way, but yeah, that
I'm
is
5'3", okay? like
I want to feel. I know it's not right, but I like want to feel like small next to whoever.
exactly.
He does
Winston
have some
thighs.
nice
Are you kidding me?
thighs.
I don't gotta worry about my thighs.
Yeah, he's got nice thighs.
We're good.
Have you guys seen that guy on TikTok with the thighs where he like smacks them and says "hop on"?
Yes.
That's my type. That
I'm just saying, like, I just, it's kind of that I want to feel small. I want to feel petite.
Yeah,
But like, also, like,
I'm a plus size
honestly,
lady.
over
I
6'2"
need
is
to
too
feel
tall.
petite.
Like, after that, it's too big. Like, too tall. We're done. Like, I'm good.
Over how much?
Like 6'2", 6'3" is getting too tall.
Yeah, that's like
Really?
a whole.
I'm 5'3".
I'm 5'3" too. That's like that's a whole foot taller.
My last one was 6'7", and I'm 5'5".
Yeah, girl. I don't need to
5'5".
climb them. I would climb them like a tree. I tell all of my tall, like, so mine is like just over 6 foot, like my partner.
Yeah.
But all of our all of our friends are taller than him. So I'm always like, can y'all just like slow the fuck down and can you sit? Can you sit down so I can not feel short? Thank you.
Oh man, I think my husband's like 5'11". I'm 5'5", which
See, and that's fine. Like
And
the
that's
nice
fine,
thing
too.
about being short is that men don't actually have to be that tall for me to feel short next to them. So
No,
like,
100%.
yeah.
Listen, I am a vicious chihuahua.
I always say that I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Like I'm just like.
I am a vicious chihuahua.
Living the
And I
dream.
will attack.
Listen, let me tell you something. That height difference makes things a lot more complicated than you think. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
People are like, "Oh, he's tall." And I'm like, "Yeah," but when that height difference kicks in,
Yeah, no,
the
that would be
creativity has to
again.
be somewhere.
Yeah.
This is why I
It's
say
very
about
hard.
6'2". After that,
Yeah.
we're getting a little too. It's too difficult.
Yeah, Bethany, I feel like 6 inches is actually a pretty good height difference.
It's a good height difference.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. It is. It is definitely. Yeah. This not as.
Just still stand by me, Sheba, please. Thank you.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a
Wow,
big
that's
difference.
That is a big difference.
Yeah, I definitely will say that. And I've dated dudes who are taller, like 6'4". Well, don't tell me why all the giants hit on me, and I'm like,
I'm telling you, the tall men love short women.
I'm like, I don't understand.
I do.
I'm like literally, like it's fine. I mean, I know why. Okay, listen, we know why. They think they can girls around. It's fine.
Tossed around like a rag.
Yeah. Listen, I will climb. I will climb the right man.
Yeah. I mean, like what, like Melissa McCarthy and Bridesmaids, she's like, I'll climb you like a coconut tree or whatever.
Exactly. It's fine.
Yeah.
Heather, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love this. Wait, you're 5. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully y'all are tall. Why?
When I went to BookNet Fest 2 years ago,
That was so interesting.
I know several people were like, I did not realize you were this short. And I'm
I
like,
didn't realize you were
No, I
short.
didn't
I just
either.
assumed
Well,
that
and I
I
didn't
have
realize.
a lot of big dick energy, so I don't think people realize that I'm a shorty. But
So I've hit the point where like I just assume at 5'3" everyone's taller than me, I feel like.
I'm standing next to Jade from Bedtime Bookworm. She is
tiny.
She made me feel tall. Izzy, if next time you go to a book event, look for Jade because she'll make you feel like a giant.
Yeah. They're my favorite people. I'm like, it's fine. I'll protect you. I'm
and then
just a
I
little
didn't
bit taller.
realize how tall Alexa Dunn was until I
Oh
met her.
yeah, Alexa
Like,
is
she's
very
really tall.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
very.
See, and it's so hard to judge. I don't know if people think I'm tall.
All see, like, I mean, we see like here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
The way that
Like,
it's
so I
done,
I don't know if people think I'm tall or not. I guess I haven't thought about it. I'm pretty open about the fact that I'm quite short. So
Leanna towers over me.
Yeah, Leanna's
She looks tall.
Mm-hmm.
I would have never expected that.
Yeah, she's tall.
Yeah,
Mara,
she's
you
pretty
do
tall.
give big dick energy.
I
she
pick big energy.
does.
Yeah, you do. You do. Yeah, you do. Not
I'm
gonna
like solidly average height.
Bethany, I don't know why. For some reason, I thought you were a fellow shorty, but you weren't. So
No.
it's a surprise to me.
I kind of thought you were too, but I also can see both
5'5",
ways.
like solidly, like right, exactly the average height for women.
I would love just even those 2 extra inches. That
Same.
would be lovely,
Man, it'd be great.
Yeah, because I say I'm 5'3", I'm really like 5'2" something. But
I've not measured, and we're not checking. We're sticking with 5'3".
last time I went to the doctor, they said 5'2", and I was like, "Excuse me, are you?
How dare you?"
Have
I
I
used
shrunk?
to lie on my license and say I was 5'6".
I thought I was going to be 6 feet tall when I was a child. So imagine that disappointment.
Yeah, I definitely stopped growing in 8th grade. So,
Oh, I didn't finish until high school.
oh,
It's 100% my dad's fault because my mother is 5'10".
Oh, wow.
Okay.
But my dad is also 5'10", and the women on his side of the family are very short. So
My grandma was 5 foot even. So my mom likes to tell me I'm taller than her. She's no longer with us, but I'm taller than her.
there you go.
My parents are both like 5'7".
Okay.
So
That's interesting.
I'm
I
pretty
don't know.
sure that my daughter's going to be tall.
my sons are going to be tall.
Yeah,
They're-
she's going to be tall.
They're very
She's-
tall.
We went to the doctor last week, and they couldn't measure her on the table anymore, where they lay them down, because she's too tall for it now.
She's getting
My nephew's half of my height already,
Yeah,
and he's 2. And I was like, this is not cool.
yeah, she's 3 feet tall.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm low-key pissed because I was hoping that she would not be tall, but her father is tall. So I guess,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
I mean,
It's so fun. I love finding other people are like my height. So it's like a little party. We have a little short party. It's fine.
Short and stout, baby.
You drew the lucky card
Yeah,
that you did not turn out 5 foot even or 4'11".
4'11", yeah.
Because I just can't imagine. I already struggle.
Like one of our family friends, the dad was 6'8" and the mom was 4'11", and so they had twins and a daughter. So they had a son and a daughter who were twins, and then a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So the boy twin was also like 6'7" or 6'8". The girl twin was 5 foot, and then the singlet girl was 6'2". So it was like they had
Wow.
I have cousins who are all over 6 foot. Like a whole set of 3 cousins. All of them are 6 foot. The son is like 6'7". The girls are all 6 foot or taller. It's a comedy of hugs when I arrive, obviously. It's like bending down to Tiny. Hello, Tiny cousin. Their children are like as tall as me in like grade school. And I'm like, this is cool. This is cool.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if my kids are both end up being like 6 foot.
Yeah.
They're very tall already.
Yeah.
Linkies.
Which the problem with that is that then their feet are very large, and so like they grow out of shoes with Velcro before they know how to tie their laces.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't think about that with my nephew.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
I was not adopted. I look just like my mom, which you'll see one day when I
do
have her in a
too.
video.
I look so much like my mom.
When I saw the picture of your mom, I was like, oh my God, like Bethany is just like copy paste.
Yeah, I look.
I 100% have copy pasted my mom. So,
well, it's funny. I tried that like old filter on TikTok, and I was like, I look like my mom.
Oh, shit.
Have you guys tried the man filter to see your
I
man?
haven't. I couldn't figure out.
yeah,
how to
I
get it
don't
to
make a
work.
good man.
I look like a fuckboy poet.
Oh, I like this.
Like I look like I go to like slam poetry night and then like try to pick up goth chicks.
I like this. I like this for
I
you.
couldn't figure out how to get it to work.
You have to blink.
Oh, okay. I'll try it. I'll have to try
Yeah.
it.
I just tried it. I didn't post one. I just wanted to see what I look like.
Yeah. I did that with the old one too.
I'm just gonna be over here appreciating the fact that I can wear children's shoes.
Oh, I can't. My feet are too wide.
Yeah. Hey Heather, you know what? You might. Well, I don't know. You might be able to find. At one point, we got them some like rain boots that were light up that came in larger sizes. So, could look for that.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I can still wear kids sneakers. I opt for kids mittens.
I have to wear children's mittens and gloves
Yeah,
because the hands are too small.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Whereas
I've never
like
been an adult with smaller hands.
I used to have an average.
We'll have
shoe
to compare
size,
sometime.
And then I had kids.
And then I had kids.
My feet grew
grew.
and spread, and they never fucking went back.
Same.
So aggravating. The
So then,
things
like
that
all
tell
the
you
your whole shoe collection no longer fits.
no longer fits. I had
Nope.
to get brand new
You have to
shoes.
buy all new shoes,
brand new
yep.
shoes
Yep.
because none of my shoes fit. They're
That's
too narrow.
terrible.
I appreciate
I wear
you
a
guys
size fucking 10 now.
Yeah, that's not for me.
Crazy.
No, I'm
No.
good.
I don't need that.
Yeah,
But-
no, because there's stuff they don't tell you. There's so much stuff that people
There's
don't
a lot
tell
they
you
don't
about
tell
You
how
say
to live.
that, but
Yeah, what's
everyone I know that has had a child, do you know what they tell me? All of the things.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like now that all my friends have had kids, or like the ones who want them for the most part have them, every pregnancy I learned a new horrifying fact about what
Mhm.
happens to your body that I was like, yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate you doing the on the ground research to let you know that this is not something I can do.
Fair enough. Yeah. No, so like I used to wear like an 8, 8.5, and now I wear a 9, 9.5. So
I mean, I'm just at a 7.5, 8, so that's why I can still wear kids shoes.
I'm at a 7.5. Well, I'm a 7.5 wide, so I usually have to go up.
You
to
could
an
wear kids shoes probably.
You think?
Yeah, because an 8 women's is like a kid's, big kids 7 or 8 or something.
But are they wide?
I think if you sized up, you might be able to. Because I think it depends. But a lot of other people are commiserating with y'all on the feet
there you go.
sizing.
Mhm.
So, although Heather is, of course, telling us that hers didn't change.
Of course they did.
Because it's Heather.
Once I found out about the honey-like substance with the breastfeeding pre-kid, I was like, I'm out. Like, no, thank you for me on that.
For me, it was seeing how big your cervix gets. That pieced me out real quick. I said we were extra good.
It goes back. It's fine. You know what?
That's not the part that Bethany.
There have been benefits. Like I used to have really, really bad periods. Like can't do anything, moaning on the floor, nothing helps periods pretty frequently. And like that has not been an issue at all since having children.
Must be nice.
That's good.
Your risk for breast cancer also has gone down. So congrats on that.
Y'all got some perks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, folks, I'm on all this feet talk.
I know.
I'm about to
We've journeyed. I know. I'm about to go to bed.
It's
It
late.
is late
I
for
know.
me.
Like, shoot, it's really
I am a
late.
grandma, and I'm usually in bed at 10 o'clock. So
yeah,
and earlier.
But this was fun.
This was a blast. I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all joining us. Thank you, Ashley, for hopping in last minute. I'll see y'all on Tuesday. I will have my Romancelandia up with coverage of the event. Obviously, in case somebody doesn't want to sit through all of this.
Yeah, and I will probably have my vlog up on Monday.
I was saying, Bethany, when's your vlog going up? So you can go watch Bethany's
I think I'll
reactions.
put it up Monday and I'll probably premiere it. So it's going to be an hour and a half long. So get your popcorn.
Yep. I'm going to come with a snack. But yeah, and make sure you go subscribe to anyone that here if you aren't already somehow. And if you aren't, I don't know why you're here. I'm not the main attraction tonight. So, but yeah. I think that's it. So thank you guys all for hanging out with me so much. This was a blast. And maybe we'll do it again next year. Who knows?
Could be fun.
See.
Probably.
See how many racist book they nominate next year.
Next year we'll have shots.
Ooh.
It's gonna get real rowdy.
Yes.
Shots.
Invite me for that one.
I will invite you, Ashley. All right, bye y'all.
Bye.
Bye.